In the endless sea, there is a lone boat drifting freely with the sea breeze. The sun shining on the small boat made the surroundings look particularly peaceful. The clear blue sky was full of white clouds, and several seabirds flew past the white clouds from time to time. A person was standing on the boat at this time. He wore short sleeves and shorts that couldn't be more usual, and the simple clothes fit his age. He looks like a teenager, and his gray hair highlights his unruly and rebelliousness. Although there is some immature atmosphere in his black pupils, he appears confident. He is full of heroic spirit, exquisite features, coupled with a thin figure and fair skin, which makes him look unique and charming. His name is Lin Tien, and his previous life is an otaku who loves anime, and his favorite anime is One Piece, Naruto and Bleach, the three major Japanese comics. As for why it is a past life, that's because he crossed. His memory is a bit vague. He only remembers that when he was watching One Piece with his mobile phone, a pop-up popped up on the phone interface. He then habitually clicked to close it. After a few clicks, he found that he couldn't turn it off. I looked at it and it said, "May I enter the pirate world?" He thought it was another boring link, so he clicked to close it again. Unexpectedly, the pop-up window couldn't be closed, so he simply clicked to confirm. Just after clicking the confirmation, Lin Tien suddenly felt a strong sleepiness rushing to his heart. His brain's consciousness gradually blurred. His eyelids became heavier and heavier. Lin Tien finally couldn't control his body and fell down. I don't know how long it took. When Lin Tien opened his eyes, he found that he was already in a small boat. The boat drifted on the sea with the wind, slowly driving in an unknown direction. He could only see the endless sea when he looked around. Where am I? Lin Tien touched his forehead and realized that he was not dreaming. Just as he was at a loss, his brain was still groggy. A voice forcibly pulled him into reality. "Hello, host. The infinite lottery system is awakened. It is detected that the world you are in now is the One Piece world." This voice was unusually cold, just like the sound made by a robot. Looking around, he found his own boat besides the sea. Lin Tien repeatedly confirmed that it was not a prank. He was also sure that he was not dreaming. Did I really encounter crossing? I crossed into the world of One Piece. Lin Tien sighed, not knowing whether it was a blessing or a curse. Although the world of One Piece is wonderful, it is also very dangerous. Think of the 4 emperors, Qiwuhai, and the 3 major naval generals. Each one possesses extremely powerful strength. I don't know when it is now and whether the plot has begun. Lin Tien thought to himself, but still asked in confusion. What is the wireless lottery system? Although Lin Tien is not sure that this system will answer him, he can only grasp this life-saving straw when he thinks about it. Hello, host. The wireless lottery system, as the name implies, as long as you complete the tasks assigned to you by the system, you can draw almost unlimited and generous rewards. This feeling is good. There is a system. What am I afraid of? Lin Tien thought happily. Hello, host. It has been detected that you have a novice lucky draw package that has not been used. May I ask whether it is a lucky draw? The system's voice was still cold, but it made Lin Tien's heart happy. Draw. Draw. Lin Tien hurriedly replied. As soon as he finished drawing, Lin Tien saw that there was a lottery tray in front of him that looked like a projection. There are many different texts on the lottery board. 100,000 Bailey. Armed color domineering. The ability of the rubber fruit. And the 6 navy styles. 3 Guyu riding round eyes. White eyes, 10 times savvy pill. This is too rich. Lin Tien was secretly surprised. Do you want to start the extraction? The system asked. Lin Tien replied. Start drawing. As soon as the voice fell, Lin Tien saw the lottery turntable spinning. Time spent in Lin Tien's anxious waiting. Finally, under Lin Tien's expectation, the pointer stopped on a piece of text. Congratulations to the host. You have drawn 6 navy styles. Congratulations to the host. Your navy type 6 has reached its full level. As soon as the sound of the system fell, a cloud of light flew towards Lin Tien. Lin Tien suddenly felt his body relaxed for a while, and a very refreshing feeling came from his body. It seems that the body is much lighter, and there are many strange things in his mind. After savoring it for a while, Lin Tien finally revealed his white teeth and thought with a smile. Navy Type 6 is really strong. I have completely mastered it. How strong is the Navy 6 type at an instant full level? Lin Tian thought excitedly. The 6th Navy type is a must-have product in the pirate world to kill and surrender. It is a must for naval recruit training and world government secret personnel. Lin Tian has mastered the 6th Navy type so easily and perfectly. I didn't expect this system to be so powerful. Hello host. The infinite lottery system has been officially opened. The system will release main tasks and side tasks, which can be completed as appropriate. Main tasks must be completed. Complete tasks of different levels to different levels will receive different levels of lottery rewards. Different levels. That's how it is. Then what are the levels of the system and lottery? Host. There are 5 levels in the lottery. There are 5 levels of SABCD. The S level has the most precious prizes. The main factors that affect the prize level are the task level and the rating system. That is to say, if you have completed the S level task and are recognized by the system as the highest score, then the explosion rate for the most precious reward is the highest. The D level lottery prizes are relatively average, but the S level equipment can still be exploded, but the explosion rate is extremely low, and it can be said that it is almost impossible to draw. So that's the case. In other words, after completing the task, will I get a chance to draw a lottery? Yes. There will be a lottery for completing each task. The host will not be disappointed. Host. Your mission has started. Task type is the main line. The content of the task is, apprentice Koshiro and learn his swordsmanship. Task level. C level task reward. C level turntable draw once. In that case, let's do the task, Lin Tian said. Moon step. Lin Tian can already use the moon step in the 6 formulas proficiently through the baptism of the gift bag, and shuttle back and forth in the air. Lin Tian left his boat and kept using the moon step, trying to search the surroundings. After searching for a while, nothing was found, but a few seagulls were found. Although you have mastered the 6th Navy style, it is unlikely that you will always use the moon step in this endless sea. After all, people's physical strength is limited. Lin Tian was a little anxious, and at this moment, she suddenly saw something not far away. What's that? Lin Tian thought suspiciously, and then used Yubu to rush in that direction quickly. After a systematic lottery, Lin Tian not only directly learned the sky-defying skill of the Navy Type 6, but also instantly reached the level of the 6 type full level. The degree of use of the 6 types is also divided into strengths and weaknesses. What is the concept of full level? Lin Tian is confident and directly crushes the 6 masters in the original work, such as all the CP9 owners, including Rob Lucci. And at this time, Yubu could be said to be invaluable under Lin Tian's use. He was like a hummingbird, moving towards the dark shadow at super high speed. He appeared not far from the unknown object in an instant. It turned out that the unknown object was a ship. Take a closer look. There is a flagpole on the ship, and the flag on the flagpole is painted with the pattern of a pirate. This is a pirate ship. At this moment, these pirates are happily roaring on the deck, seeming to be having a banquet. A voice came. Host, your mission has started. Task type. Branch task content. Destroy the big stick pirate group in front of you. Task level. D level task reward. D level lottery draw once. Lin Tian was happy in his heart. Someone will bring pillows if I want to sleep. He just wants to know how strong he is now. I saw him walking for a month, and he appeared 100 meters away in an instant, swaying to the pirate ship. Huh. What the hell? Hey, kid. Who are you? Why haven't I seen you? The pirate on the ship saw Lin Tian suddenly appearing, and asked in surprise. The pirates are very vigilant. But when he saw that Lin Tian was not only alone, but also young and weak, he relaxed his vigilance. Immediately they laughed and said, "Wow, ha ha ha. What a skinny kid. Why did this guy come to our boat? Yeah. What a shame. Although I don't know how I appeared here. But after getting on our ship, don't think about it anymore. Ha ha ha." The pirates laughed. The pirates who were having a banquet burst into laughter instantly. Why don't you throw him into the sea to feed the sharks? Think of it as a fun for everyone. A pirate suggested. It's better to just fall apart. Let us see how he struggled when he died. No, no, no. I don't think it would be better to flush the toilet for the captain. The captain seems to be missing a handyman. Another pirate said, and he looked at the 2-meter-high sturdy man next to him respectfully. He was obviously flattering. This sturdy man was naked to the upper body, holding an oversized steak, and smiling while eating, pointed the steak at Lin Tianyu's prestige. Boy. Originally you would definitely die today, uncle, I'm in a good mood. Just leave you a little life. From now on you will clean the toilet for me. What do you think? He also raised the mace beside him by the way, full of threats and pride. In his eyes, Lin Tian was just a hapless child, an ant-like character, and he couldn't make any splashes. There was laughter again. Ha ha ha. This guy is really unlucky. Ha ha, bad luck. Why did you get on the boat of our Big Bang pirate group? Know that our captain is the one who offered a reward of 2 million Baileys. In this area of the East China Sea, he is a vicious big pirate. Boy. Do you know what the big pirate means? The captain's spiked stick is invincible in the world. This guy is too unlucky. Ha ha ha. Huh? Lin Tian was just a blockbuster in his heart, thinking. Are you idiots? Flush the toilet for you. I don't want to, but you do not have the qualification to flush the toilet for me. Lin Tian calmly counterattacked. In his opinion, these pirates are already dead. But the pirates around them all laughed like they had heard something terrible. After calming down for a few seconds, there was laughter again, especially harsh. Ha ha ha. I didn't expect people to live and die. The captain asked you to flush the toilet. That's your pleasure. This kid is really tired of life. How dare to provoke the captain. The pirates simply did not pay attention to the young man in front of them. The various contempt of the pirates had reached the culmination. They knew that the young man in front of them had annoyed the captain and should not escape the end of death. Some pirates still laughed at Lin Tian's self-defeatingness, but more often they opened their mouths and got ready to see how Lin Tian died. Sure enough, this captain, known as the Big Bang Pirate Group, had a fierce look and murderous intent when he heard the words, which shows that his intention to kill has already started. He smirked, showing murderous intent, and shouted, "Then you go to death." He raised his huge mace in an instant. The mace hit Lin Tian hard. The captain was tall and strong, and he smashed it down with such a large mace. It is no exaggeration that he could kill a cow. Some pirates around have also turned around. They already knew the consequences of annoying their captain, and some people were even silently mourning for Lin Tian. However, after a few seconds, there was no sound from all around, quiet and a little strange. All the pirates are puzzled. The imaginary sound of mace smashing people into meat sauce did not appear. This is. What's the matter? Captain DeBang couldn't believe what he saw in front of him. His voice was trembling, and his heart was a little flustered. At this time, he was sweating, because he had never seen such a strange thing. It turned out that his mace hit the head of the weak young man in front of him, and the whole thing was bent. You must know that your mace is made of extremely strong material. Why does this young man who looks weak and fragile in front of him seem to have nothing at all? Haha. No headache at all. Keep coming. Lin Tian provocatively smirked. Naturally, Lin Tian was so proud because he successfully used the Navy Type 6 iron block. An iron block is to make your body reach the hardness of iron. It would take many years for this piece of iron to enter the room. Even Rob Luck, who was called a genius, took a long time. And this system not only allowed Lin Tian to learn the 6 Navy style in an instant, but also allowed him to directly reach his level, completely master the 6 Navy style and reach the point of proficiency. Can you imagine how terrible Lin Tian is? Now the hardness of Lin Tian's body has long surpassed that of steel. It's just a mere mace. How could it be possible to get him? Ah. What's going on? What's going on here? Is it a capable person of devil fruit? The pirates in front of them were also stunned, just like seeing ghosts in broad daylight, because they had never encountered such an evil situation. Shoot. Shoot. You idiots. Captain Big Bang showed that the reaction was not slow. He suddenly took a musket from his pocket and shot Lin Tian. The pirates also reacted one after another, taking out their muskets, pulling the trigger, and shooting at Lin Tian. Are you still alive under the rain of bullets? Freak, Captain Pirate thought as expected. And all this happened between the sparks and fire. Lin Tian smiled calmly, motionless, letting these bullets fall on him. Bang bang bang. Hearing only a burst of crisp sound, it was like shooting a shot on the metal. Lin Tian was full of sparks, but his body did not have any scars at all. Even the clothes were just neat and tidy. Monster. The captain of the Big Bang Pirate Group was stunned. Lin Tian said impatiently. Well, it's me if you are tired. As soon as the voice fell, Lin Tian suddenly disappeared. Just like teleporting, he brought a gust of wind around. When Lin Tian appeared again, he was only one step away from Captain Big Bang. Shave. Pointing to the gun. I saw that Lin Tian had already poked Captain Big Bang's abdomen, and the blood flow continued to flow from Captain Big Bang's abdomen. When he looked at his eyes again, he had lost his brilliance, and he had obviously lost consciousness. One finger. The power of one finger. Horrible. The captain is dead. Run. The pirates are like frightened birds, some are fainted on the spot, and more are running around. All of them blame their parents for giving themselves a pair of legs. But how could Lin Tian let them go? How can such a good practice time be wasted? What's more, the task is also to be completed. Land feet. The powerful kicking force brought up a wave of vacuum blades, and instantly hit the pirates, reaping the lives of the pirates unscrupulously. Although Lin Tian was just a teenager at this time. However, this seemingly harmless and weak young man, to the Big Bang pirates, is like Shura coming to the world. Pointing to the gun. Landfoot. Lin Tian kept using the 6 forms and the screams of the pirates kept coming. Lin Tian is obviously very satisfied with his 6 forms. The more he uses it, the more skilled he is. Even if Rob Lucy and the senior Navy generals see it, they will be shocked. Lin Tian kept reaping the lives of the pirates with 6 patterns. Pirates keep falling in a pool of blood. Who would have thought that this handsome gray-haired boy was so tough? Although only a few minutes have passed, it is already the last time in their lives for the pirates of the Big Bang pirate group. When Lin Tian finally killed the last pirate with his finger gun, another voice came. Congratulations to the host. Complete the side mission. Exterminate the Big Bang pirates. The task is level D, and the analysis is in progress. The analysis is complete. Congratulations to the host for getting the highest evaluation of the task. S level. Congratulations to the host. Obtained the task reward. D level side task lottery. Since you have completed the side task for the first time and received the highest degree of evaluation, the system has increased the burst rate of special prizes for you. The system reminds you. After completing an S-level evaluation, the burst rate of rare prizes will be increased to the highest. May I draw it now? The system still asked coldly. But Lin Tian was so happy. It turns out that the higher the task level, the higher the completion degree, the higher the evaluation, the higher the probability of getting a better prize level. Lin Tian is very excited now. After easily solving such a pirate group, they won a chance to draw a lottery. That's cool. Lin Tian hurriedly replied. Draw. Lin Tian picked up the 2-character sound. As soon as it fell, Lin Tian saw the familiar lottery turntable. There were a wide variety of prizes on the turntable, which was bigger than the novice turntable he saw for the first time. After all, this is the first time Lin Tian has completed the task. Although it is a side task, he shouldn't be too stingy to come to the system. Seeing the various rewards on the turntable, Lin Tian was also jealous. Do you want to start the extraction? The system asked. Start drawing. Lin Tian replied expectantly. Then the turntable began to spin. After a while, Lin Tian saw that the rotation of the turntable began to slow down. The small pointer points to a row of text. When he saw this line of text, Lin Tian's eyes began to shine. Oh my god. Full level seeing and hearing domineering. Lin Tian breathed a sigh when he saw that the pointer was about to fall on the full level seeing and hearing domineering. Full level knowledge and domineering. It sounds so strong. Lin Tian sighed in his heart. Keita Curry, one of the 3 general stars in the original book, has cultivated enough to foresee a short future by seeing and hearing beauty. Isn't it even stronger to see and hear at full level? You must be drawn. Lin Tian said eagerly. But who would have thought that the pointer was like teasing Lin Tian, but it slipped slightly to the next square. 1 billion Baileys. When Lin Tian saw the words on the pointer, he felt like he was vomiting blood. You can ask for anything. It's just that the money is really useless. Lin Tian hurriedly begged the system for blessing, and prayed that he would never get this cheating reward. It may be that Lin Tian's sincerity was felt. The turntable finally stopped, and the pointer unbiasedly landed on the next grid, and it didn't move anymore. Lin Tian followed the pointer and carefully looked at those few lines, and suddenly the blood on his worried face reappeared. Lin Tian smiled instantly. Congratulations to the host. You are so lucky. You actually got a B-level reward. In the plane of death, the captain of Gote 13th Division 6th Division Kuchiki Byakuya's Zanpaka sword, Senbon Sakura, Hajime. This luck is really good. The D-level mission actually got the B-level reward. Although he didn't get the prize of the strongest seeing and hearing, Lin Tianxi didn't feel discouraged. You need to know Chinben Sakura is only B-level at the beginning of the solution, and if it reaches the swastika solution, then it is not yet a proper A level. To know that the full-level Navy Type 6, the systematic evaluation is only C level. As soon as the sound of the system fell, a cloud of light flew towards Lin Tian. Lin Tian suddenly felt a heavy weight on his waist. Lin Tian looked sideways and saw a samurai sword hung on his waist. This one might be Chinben Sakura, Lin Tian thought. Then he held his left hand on the handle of the knife and his right hand on the handle of the knife. It feels so good. The excellent touch and attractive appearance made Lin Tian secretly praised. Base. It was the sound of drawing a knife. Good knife. Senbon Sakura is dazzling in the sun, sharp and heart-palpitating. These Sakura is the Zanpaka sword of Byakuya Kuchiki, the captain of the 13th Division of Gote Division of the God of Death. The initial solution ability is to decompose the blade into countless invisible thin blades, which are like flying petals due to the light. Senbon Sakura's strength and appearance are particularly in line with Lin Tian's appetite. As for Wan Jia Senbon Sakura Jingyan, it is even more powerful. Lin Tian played with his Zanpo knife carefully, and couldn't help but think. There are a total of 83 well-known knives in One Piece world, with 12 great knives, 21 knives, and 50 liang knives. Although I haven't seen those famous knives, but Chinben Sakura, is estimated to have reached the standard of the supreme big knife. Chinben Sakura is the system's B-level reward. After drawing the prize, Lin Tian was happy for a long time before thinking about his current task. Then Lin Tian started to take the helm. His main task at this time was to learn swordsmanship from Kushiro. Lin Tian also found several million Baileys on this ship. Although the rewards in One Piece are hundreds of millions at every turn, the current millions are not enough for Lin Tian now. Lin Tian knew that if he wanted to find Kushiro, he would go to Qiwuhai village. Sauron in the original book was the swordsmanship he learned in Qiwuhai village in Kushiro. The East China Sea is very big, and Lin Tian is ignorant of sailing, so he can only learn and sell now. Fortunately, he is not very far away from Frost Moon village. With such a large pirate ship, at least there is no need to worry about survival. Even after walking a lot of wrong ways, Lin Tian still arrived at the island where Qiwuhai village was located, and he only spent less than 3 days. The port of Qiwuhai village is not big, but there are many ships calling at it. More than a dozen fishing boats are moored in the port, and the fishermen are happily carrying the fish caught today. Some merchant ships are temporarily berthing to supplement supplies. Suddenly, a pirate ship slowly approached the port and stopped not far away. After all, the pirate flag of the Big Bang Pirate Group is still hanging on the sails, and the arrival of a relatively large pirate ship like this is still quite eye-catching. Lin Tian drew ashore and stopped the ship, took millions of Baileys with him, and landed in the port within a month. That's it. Pirate. A pirate is coming. Inevitably, it caused some commotion among the crowds, but when the villagers saw a boy like Lin Tian, they completely let go of their vigilance. After all, Lin Tian's image is too harmless to humans and animals. Lin Tian wandered around leisurely. Although Qiwuhai village is not big, it can be regarded as relatively prosperous. As a resource supply point in the East China Sea, many ships need to supplement the materials needed for navigation here. In addition to the numerous shops, the small street vendors on the street are neatly set up stalls in the port. They have everything, a variety of fruits and vegetables, and a variety of meats. From time to time, there are also a few screams. Sound. Lin Tian didn't spare his Bailey, and easily asked the location of the dojo in Frost Moon Village, and there was only one dojo in Frost Moon Village. The location of the dojo is also very easy to find. But after a while, Lin Tian found a courtyard at the head of Qiwuhai village. Naturally, Lin Tian knew that this was the dojo where Soren's master Kushiro was located. Before entering the courtyard, there was a neat beating sound from the courtyard. Ha! Ha! The momentum was like a rainbow. When I walked in, it turned out that a disciple in the courtyard was practicing chopping at the target. It's just that Lin Tian didn't see Kushiro's figure by the side. After observing the training of these disciples, Lin Tian still nodded slightly. Good momentum. As expected, Soren's master, the disciples trained are very good. Lin Tian exclaimed, and was not interested in continuing to watch. He walked to the dojo, thinking that maybe Kushiro was there. Entering the dojo, Lin Tian still did not find Kushiro, but he saw a boy with short green hair practicing sword with a girl with short blue hair. The girl is wearing white short sleeves and green pants. The boy was wearing a green robes, which matched his green hair very well. The most interesting thing is that he has a sword in each hand. At this time, the green-haired boy stared at the girl with some bloodthirsty eyes, full of dissatisfaction, but seeing him panting like a cow, his face was a little pale, and his head was sweating profusely. Lin Tian knew that the match between the two of them had come to an end. This green-haired man couldn't hold it anymore. This blue-haired one should be Koishiro's daughter Guina. Green hair? With this outfit, this is Sauron. Lin Tian guessed. It seems that he is not a three-sword style at this time. Sure enough, Guina called out Soren's name. Sauron, you have lost to me 1888 times. Although the blue-haired woman has a proud tone, the expression in her eyes is more of a kind of obsession, which is a kind of obsession that is not reconciled to others and becomes stronger. She looked at the boy with short green hair, completely unaware of Lin Tian's arrival. But Lin Tian still chose to speak, breaking the tranquility. Hello. Can you pause for a while? Well, I would like to ask if Mr. Kushiro is there? Lin Tian asked politely, saying that this was the first time he saw the characters in the original work. There is a little excitement. No need to pause. This guy has already lost. Guina said with some arrogance and was afraid that Sauron would repay her, adding. Sauron. This time it was 1888 times, don't forget. You are still so weak. Guina said with a shock, and there was some pride in her eyes. Unexpectedly, Sauron gritted his teeth after listening to it, and there was a sense of reluctance in his eyes. He struggled desperately with his exhausted body and trembled. It seems that he still wants to stand up. Boom. With all his strength, he fell directly to the ground, but still reluctantly said, next time I will defeat you. I'm waiting for you. Guina said proudly. She knew she was much stronger than Sauron, but she also secretly admired Soren's perseverance. There was still a trace of worry in her eyes. Long is about to surpass himself. Qiwuhai shook her head, didn't think so much, then turned around and looked at Lin Tiandao excitedly. Are you looking for the curator? The owner? Oh, yes, I'm looking for the owner. Are you here to kick the pavilion? If you want to see the pavilion owner, then you have to beat me first. After that, Guina immediately got ready and said, if you come to the museum owner to kick the pavilion, there are 800 if you don't have 1,000. I can't even beat me, so don't bother him. He is very busy, said unceremoniously. Lin Tian knew that Sauron came to play in the gym before he became Kushiro's disciple. I don't know if Guina is too careful, or she likes to learn from others, or was specially explained by Kushiro. In short, it seems that if you want to learn from Kushiro, you still have to fight. Lin Tian guessed. Maybe Kushiro is hiding and peeking somewhere? But it's also a coincidence that Lin Tian hasn't learned swordsmanship since he fought through, and this is a comparison between swordsmanship. Lin Tian doesn't know any swordsmanship, he only knows 6 styles. But it's too embarrassing to say that he won't. After all, he has a Zanpaka knife Senbon Sakura on his waist. It can't be said to say anything, right? So Lin Tian had no choice but to secretly make a decision and say, okay, let's finish the order. After that, Guina looked at Lin Tian and set her posture. Lin Tian took a wooden sword casually, placed it on his left, and after holding it with his left hand, he said casually, then, let's start, I'll be lighter. Guina was slightly angry when she heard this. Her complexion changed, and she felt that she had been despised and insulted. No matter what, I am also an undefeated eldest sister in the dojo. The gray-haired boy in front of me is too arrogant. Guina has decided in her heart that she must give this kid a lesson. Immediately, Qiwuhai picked up the wooden sword in her hand and slashed towards Lin Tian fiercely, but she did not forget to shout to remind Lin Tian. You guy. Look at the trick. Lin Tian was a little speechless, but still lightly raised the sword with his left hand. Hey. Lin Tian disappeared instantly. That is the high-speed moving foot shave in the Navy 6. Guina didn't expect that she would suddenly not see Lin Tian, and she was slightly taken aback. At that moment, the hilt mentioned by Lin Tian has appeared in front of Guina, and the handle of the sword is about to hit Guina's abdomen. So fast. Guina was shocked. If this is a real sword, Guina is already dead. When Qiwuhai saw Lin Tian at such a fast speed, she was shocked, and her heart was in turmoil. But obviously, even though she saw Lin Tian, she had no time to avoid it. Boom. Unexpectedly, the wooden sword used by Lin Tian was bounced off. Lin Tian was also a little frightened. This was the first person he encountered who could bounce off his attack. Who is this? Lin Tian thought to himself, although he didn't use much strength at all, it is impossible to practice successfully without strong physical strength like the powerful skills of 6 forms. In other words, if he draws 6 forms, his physical strength will be naturally improved by the system. Not to mention that Lin Tian drew a full level 6 form. Even a random blow is not to be underestimated. Looking at the dojo again, it turned out that it was a wooden sword stand of the dojo that opened Lin Tian's sword. Looking along the sword, the man who made the sword was a man with braids and wearing a robes. He was tall and thin, with a restrained breath, and wearing glasses. He looked amiable, but Lin Tian knew that this man was unfathomable. There seem to be few people who can easily bounce off their attacks, right? You are here to find me, right? The person asked calmly with a smile like a spring breeze, but he was already shocked in his heart. And Lin Tian responded with a smile and politely, yes. Your swordsmanship is really strong, Master Kushiro. It turned out that this was the target of Lin Tian's trip, Kushiro, the master of Sauron and Guina. I don't dare to be a master. I don't think you are malicious. Then what can you do with me? Kushiro carefully looked at the boy in front of him. This boy looked about the same age as his daughter, Guina. But there is a kind of maturity beyond age, not only looks handsome, but also has unfathomable strength. Think about the speed and strength of his attack just now, that's really rare in the world. This is a master. Kang Shiro secretly confirmed in his heart. I want to worship at your door and learn swordsmanship, Lin Tian answered truthfully, but thought in his heart. I'm so sorry for myself if the task of the system is not completed.
Your Excellency is already so powerful, I don't think it is necessary. Kushiro said a little speechless. The young man in front of him Mingming's physical skills are so against the sky, why should he learn swordsmanship under his own door? It is estimated that no one is his opponent in the East China Sea right now.
I don't know how to swordsmanship at all, Lin Tian said helplessly. Lin Tian was telling the truth. After possessing Chinban Sakura, he hadn't used it much at all, and he didn't know anything about swordsmanship. The task of the system happened to be what Lin Tian wanted to do. There was a lottery after finishing it. Why not? Master Kushiro, I am sincerely learning swordsmanship, Lin Tian said sincerely. Although Kushiro didn't know why Lin Tian wanted to be so persistent in his apprenticeship, but he thought that the handsome young man with such an extraordinary talent in front of him would be so sincere to study from him. If he carved it well, it would be an excellent jade. It is said that there are often 1,000-mile horses, but Bull is not often present, and Kushiro will not let Lin Tian this 1,000-mile horse. Kushiro was also overjoyed, and smiled. Since you are so sincere. Well, from now on you will start learning swordsmanship with me. Kushiro introduced to Lin Tian. This is my daughter Guina, and this is Sauron. Both are your senior sisters and brothers. You must help each other in the future. Do you know if you practice hard? It must be. Lin Tian quickly agreed. Congratulations to the host. Complete the main task. Apprentice Kushiro, and learn the prerequisite task of his swordsmanship. Reward the prerequisite task reward. 10 times the perceptive pill. Lin Tian didn't expect that he had just finished his apprenticeship and hadn't started learning yet. The rewards of the system had already been delivered, but before he could talk to the system, a voice in reality immediately attracted Lin Tian's attention. HMPH, no matter who you are, I will definitely be the strongest. It turned out that Sauron finally took a sigh of relief and barely stood up and watched Lin Tian speak cruelly. Unexpectedly, Guina beat him mercilessly. Just lost to me, your kid is too embarrassed. Huh. I will win next time. After that, Sauron turned his head to ignore Guina. Lin Tian was also a little at a loss looking at this scene. These two people. Unexpectedly, Qiwuhai also looked at Lin Tian and said, I was careless just now, and I won't let you win so easily next time. Although Guina said in dissatisfaction, she was still a little confused at this moment. What happened just now? Why did he disappear? Kushiro comforted the two with a single sentence. Well, if you lose, Guina, Sauron, starting tomorrow, he will join our training, and the three of you will help each other in the future. Yes. Sauron and Guina replied. Oh, by the way, haven't you asked your name yet? Kushiro asked. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say it just now, my name is Lin Tian. Lin Tian replied. Lin Tian, a very strange name. Here, this is a Taoist suit. Remember to put it on when you start training tomorrow. Qiwuhai, take him to the dormitory. Zhang Shilong handed Lin Tian a green like the other disciples. Service, arrange the road. As for why Guina, a girl, took Lin Tian to the dormitory, instead of letting the boy Sauron lead the way. Kushiro knew that if Sauron led the way, Lin Tian would not be able to enter the dormitory tomorrow morning. Without words all the way, Qiwuhai took Lin Tian to the dormitory, and went to practice swords on her own. This guy. Really desperate. Seeing Guina running away again, Lin Tian was lost in thought. He knew that although this Guina was the daughter of Kushiro, she was definitely not the second generation who relied on her father in her previous life. On the contrary, this girl practiced harder than anyone else. Suolong was already very desperate. But the duel with Guina has never been won. Isn't Sauron strong? Isn't progress fast? No. Sauron is already the strongest in the dojo other than Guina. Why is Sauron desperate? Because of my own beliefs. He wants to be the strongest swordsman in the world. However, Guina is even more desperate. She also has her own beliefs. Her dream is to prove to her father she can become the strongest female swordsman in the world. However, a word from her father, Kushiro, made her even more desperate. Women can't be the strongest. Until one day, Guina went to the warehouse to set up a ladder to pick up the whetstone, and then accidentally fell off the ladder and died. After Sauron learned of the news, he practiced even more crazily to cover up his grief. Sauron inherited Guina's word and will, and from then on practiced the three-sword swordsmanship wholeheartedly. 8 years later, Sauron's swordsman Xiao said goodbye to Kushiro and went to sea, determined to become the world's largest swordsman. Lin Tianzhang thought, then suddenly thought. Guina had an accident after 2,000 duels with Sauron. Think about it, just now they were 1888 duels. Lin Tian suddenly had an idea. If possible, can it change this tragedy? However, Lin Tian was afraid that what he did would destroy the original plot. In case the plot of the pirate world was destroyed, he, as a traverser, could not deal with all unknown things. Is it really impossible to deal with it? Lin Tian gritted his teeth, and thought that his appearance was originally outside the plot and would not change the plot. What are you doing then? Having said that, Lin Tian had secretly made up his mind to save Guina. Hello host. A new task has been detected. Task type, side task. Task level, D level. Task content, rescue Guina and go to sea with Guina. Task rewards. Depending on the completion of the host, a lottery will be given. Lin Tian just smiled when he heard that the task of this system was really timely. But Lin Tian thought about it and felt something was wrong, so he asked. System, isn't the main quest asking me to learn Koshiro's swordsmanship? How come the side quest is to rescue Guina from going to sea? Then I just abduct Guina, so I can't learn swordsmanship. Isn't the main branch conflicting? The system prompts. Host. The main task is to apprentice Koshiro and learn his swordsmanship. You can complete the branch after you have completed the main line of swordsmanship. But if you complete the branch directly, the main line will fail. The main line is not allowed to fail. What happens if it fails? The failure of the main line will deprive the host of all abilities, and will never be able to return to the real world. Well, I don't want to have this ending. By the way, what does the pre-task just mean? When Lin Tian just finished his apprenticeship, the rewards of the system had already been distributed, saying that he had received a tenfold comprehension pill. So Lin Tian hurriedly asked now. Host. The main task is to apprentice Koshiro, and learn his swordsmanship. It is detected that you have successfully apprenticed Koshiro. This is the prerequisite task for learning his swordsmanship. The prerequisite task is directly rewarded, and the prize is a tenfold understanding pill. If you complete the task, you will get a chance to draw a lottery. Oh. That's the case. In other words, as long as there are pre-tasks in the future, there will be rewards. Yes. The system replied, This is too cool, right? Lin Tian thought to himself. Then what is this tenfold comprehension pill? What's the use? Can the system explain it in detail? Lin Tian asked. Although I don't know what that is, anyway, I think I have taken a big advantage by myself, haha. Lin Tian secretly said with joy. Although the sound of this system is cold, it is exceptionally conscientious. As the saying goes, all questions must be answered. Lin Tianong asked the question, and the system was again serious and dedicated. 10 times comprehension pill. As the name suggests, it can increase your comprehension 10 times. In layman's terms, when you practice swordsmanship, one chopping is equivalent to 10 times of others. You do 10 push-ups, which is equivalent to 100 times of others. You go doing anything that might improve one's abilities will have a 10 times beneficial effect. Oh my god. After talking for a long time, isn't this just giving me a super buff? Lin Tian was a little surprised, thinking that this thing is really so powerful? Is there no restriction? The system seemed to be able to see through Lin Tian's thoughts, and immediately began to answer. Yes. 10 times the effect is very powerful, but it is indeed limited. The first one is the time limit. After you take this pill, the effect will only last for 3 months. And the second one is the main purpose of the savvy pill is the improvement of personal strength. The brainless skills like your practice of gambling and picking up girls are of no effect. System. Who would be so boring to want to come to One Piece world to become the god of gamblers, but this pickup girl can consider. The system was silent inexplicably, but Lin Tian also coughed a few times. This is not the point, please ignore. Cough. Cough. That system. But this buff. What is going on for 3 months? Is it so long? What the hell is this buff? The duration is 3 months. Damn. This can be called a limit. This is the existence of a plugin. Lin Tian also completely took the system. Knowing that the tenfold comprehension pill is powerful, Lin Tian also plans to use it when he starts training the next day. The night passed quietly, and Lin Tian had already slept in his bed. It was the first time he slept so peacefully. It was a bit uncomfortable to sleep on the boat a few days before the pirate came. Just as Lin Tian started to have a sweet dream, an extremely irritable voice came to Lin Tian's ears. Lin Tian. Get up. Ah. Who? Lin Tian was in a daze. When he saw a fierce green-haired man, he was taken aback, and he quickly rubbed his eyes and looked intently. It turned out to be Sauron. Lin Tian looks at the time. My god. It's only 5:30. Finally fell asleep. What is this guy making trouble? Just like this, Lin Tian was scared by Sauron and woke up. The training arranged by Kushiro had already begun. Lin Tian took advantage of the fact that people were not paying attention, and hurriedly took 10 times comprehension pill. In an instant, Lin Tian felt a pure medicinal power entering his body, and Lin Tian knew that this was the effect of the comprehension pill. Then Lin Tian and Sauron gathered together. Early in the morning, 5:30. The sky is still full of stars, and the east side has just turned white, and the moans in the bushes are still endless. A group of young disciples had already gathered outside the dojo. Lin Tian, Sauron and Guina are among them. Kushiro had been waiting for a long time, but he waited for the crowd to gather and said, "Set off." Lin Tian asked Guina quietly with some doubts. "Senior sister Guina? Why is the master taking us?" Hearing Lin Tian's respectful appearance, Qiwuhai's attitude improved slightly, and the answer was only 2 words. Run. What? But after a while, Lin Tian found out that Guina had not made a mistake. I thought it was the practice of swordsmanship, but I didn't expect that the first lesson before swordsmanship training would be a morning jog with all the disciples. Lin Tian suddenly felt as if he had eaten the savvy pill just now, but when he thought of the tenfold savvy pill for 3 months, he was also relieved. The main purpose of the morning jog is to warm up, but it also helps to strengthen the body and temper the strength of the body. But because of Lin Tian, this morning run is destined to be a little different. However, after a while, everyone finally reached a place with jungles on both sides of the road. There are many wooden boxes of different colors and sizes beside Koshiro. Kushiro turned around and said solemnly, "From today, you start to run in the morning with heavy loads, 10 kilometers. Koshiro changed his previous gentleness and kindness, and it seemed that he was still very serious during training. 10 kilometers? Isn't it always only 2 miles in the past? Master, did you make a mistake? Kushiro did not answer the questions of the disciples. Instead, he took out the sandbag-like things with different colors directly from the wooden box and explained. This thing is a load-bearing bag. It is filled with various kinds of metal crushed sand with different densities, and the weight is different. They are 10 kilograms, 20 kilograms, 30 kilograms, 50 kilograms and 100 kilograms. You all come to get what is suitable for you. Don't forget, you have to run 10 kilometers. Laziness and cheating are not allowed on the way. What? Not before. Why is that? Is it because of this new kid? Everyone was talking about it. They used to think that morning jogs were just a warm-up, but today, how come the masters are abusing their apprentices? The top 3 are rewarded. The top 20 can have lunch. Oh my god. Is the master crazy? Is this still the gentle teacher? Huh. Shut up. Sauron snorted viciously. He naturally knew the benefits of weight-bearing training. He had already started weight-bearing exercises before he could improve so quickly, and then he took the lead. He was the first to walk towards Kushiro and test the weight of each sandbag with his hands. He found that he could carry a weight of 30 kilograms on his back. 50 kilograms is a bit difficult, and it is estimated that if he carries 50 kilograms on his back, he will not run to the end. But when he turned his head, he saw that Guina had chosen a weight of 50 kilograms. He was so angry that he also chose a weight of 50 kilograms. Immediately he felt heavy. Although he felt very strenuous, his amazing willpower made him persevere. Wow. The two of them. They are really strong. With a weight of 50 kilograms, neither of us may be able to carry it. Yes. Sister Guina and Sauron both chose 50 kilograms, which is terrible. With Guina and Sauron taking the lead, the disciples also chose the burden they could bear. Who is ready? Let's set off first. Kushiro looked at Sauron and Guina, nodding with satisfaction. Sauron and Guina carried a load on their backs, and the two were still fighting, and both started running desperately to surpass each other. The disciples also carried their own weights, and started the morning jogs one after another. This is the end of the matter. Although Kushiro said it was a morning run, everyone knew that it had become a race. Who ran to the end and was not laughed at? Who dares to be lazy? Choosing a load that is too light will be laughed at by other brothers and sisters. Just when everyone was preparing to start running, some people discovered that Lin Tian had also begun to choose to carry the weight. Everyone looked curiously and suddenly a burst of laughter came. Haha. Too funny. Look at the new kid. Huh. He actually chose 10 kilograms. These disciples knew that Lin Tian was a newcomer, but they couldn't help but smile when they watched Lin Tian choose a weight of 10 kilograms. Most of the people present can move 10 kilograms on their backs. In order to improve themselves, everyone naturally chose 20 kilograms. Although it is a little strenuous, the morning run is effective. Some of the few disciples who are more desperate have already carried 30 kilograms of weight on their backs, and they are already regarded as elite children among this group of people. However, Sauron and Guina's choice of 50 kilograms is already far behind other elite disciples, and can be regarded as the elite of the elite. Of course, apart from these two people, no one chose the 50 kilogram. Look at Lin Tian again. He carried a mere 10 kilograms of weight on his back, which unexpectedly attracted the ridicule of the disciples. Kushiro was also full of doubts. In his mind, even if Lin Tian didn't dare to carry 50 kilograms, he should at least choose 30 kilograms. This is 10 kilograms. What is the situation? However, when everyone wanted to continue to laugh at him, Lin Tian smiled to himself. He had already carried the weight of 20 kilograms on his back. It turns out that he wanted to carry a weight of 30 kilograms. Kushiro felt a little more settled. All the disciples saw a lot less ridicule. The weight of 30 kilograms has surpassed most of the disciples. Only a small number of elite disciples can move back. However, Lin Tian didn't seem to have any influence, and then he lifted a 30-kilogram load and tied it to his back. My God! What is he doing? Do you think he is lifting weights? This is already 60 kilograms. The weight of his body has exceeded that of Guina and Sauron. New kid. Don't be brave. You don't need to carry it on your back, you have to run to the finish line. Yes. If your back is too heavy, it will not have any effect at all, and it will be harmful to your body. The disciples persuaded them, all feeling that Lin Tian couldn't think about it. Kushiro looked at Lin Tian in front of him and suddenly understood. It turns out that this kid wants to carry a weight of 60 kilograms. He is indeed a talented guy. Kushiro secretly took a cold breath and calmed himself down. Although 50 kilograms and 60 kilograms are only 10 kilograms behind, the difference is 1,000 miles away. Even a straw can crush a camel, not to mention the 10 kilograms load. And if you insist on carrying heavier weight training, your physical strength will naturally be stronger. As for the exhaustion of Lin Tian, Kushiro is full of confidence in his heart. He has every reason to believe that 60 kilograms is absolutely impossible to overwhelm this guy. As for the weight of 100 kilograms, he just frightened the disciples in front of him. Seeing that everyone was almost dwindling, Kushiro urged, "You guys are ready to start too." But when he thought that Lin Tian was about to set out for the morning jog, unexpectedly, Lin Tian grabbed the 50 kilograms weight on the ground with his hands, swiped it easily, and then tied it to his back. All the disciples took a breath. Gosh? Did I read it wrong? What is he doing? How many kilograms is this? 60 plus 50 is 110 kilograms, huh? 110 kilograms of weight. How can he stand? So heavy, should be pressed directly on the ground. Kushiro was also a little dazed on the spot. This kid. What is the concept of 110 kilograms? The weight of 2 adults. This is more than twice that of Guina and Sauron. Lin Tian in front of him looks like he is only in his teens. This seems to be beyond the limit of a normal person, right? Something passed, right? I wonder if this kid is deliberately bragging, right? Kushiro wanted to persuade Lin Tian to give up, but when he heard the words, Kushiro had to swallow it, and saw that Lin Tian had a ruddy complexion and a relaxed expression. He was also humming a little song triumphantly, as if he owed a beating. Big look. Kushiro's mentality is a little bit explosive. Thinking of this, Kushiro also shook his head and thought, finally, nothing, this kid is not a normal person. I shouldn't judge him by the standard of a normal person. But he urged, you guys start running. Sauron and Guina have no idea where they are going. However, just when the disciples were preparing to run. Wait a minute. Lin Tian finally shouted. Before there was time to speak, there were already other disciples around who couldn't wait. I know. Boy. You can't hold on anymore, can you? It doesn't matter, 60 kilograms is already very powerful, but 50 kilograms if it doesn't work. It's already very powerful. Yeah. Only the eldest sister and Sauron can support 50 kilograms. It's not 30 kilograms. The disciples were also very kind to persuade them, and their hearts had already taken Lin Tian. After all, they put a weight of 110 kilograms on their backs without being crushed. They asked themselves that no one could do it. So I thought it was Lin Tian who was brave enough, and also gave him the steps. Kushiro also looked at Lin Tian with concern. He was also afraid that this guy would be big, but... Then Lin Tian smiled cautiously, and asked an extremely irritating sentence, sorry, so light. Can I put 100 kilograms on it? Everyone suddenly felt dizzy, and they didn't know why. Not far from the front, Guina was panting and running. She was also sweating, and running with a weight of 50 kilograms was not so easy for her. In a short time, her physical strength was also exhausted. More than half. Yeah. Sauron. You look like you can't hold on anymore, right? Guina looked at Sauron who was not far behind her, laughing and slamming. Long-winded. Sauron also ran desperately, following Guina. After all, the girl developed earlier, and Guina's body is much stronger than Sarong. She is eager to prove Koshiro that she can become the world's strongest swordsman, so Guina has always been very hardworking in practice. This is why although she consumed more than half of her physical strength, she still seemed to be a lot easier than Sauron. However, Guina still somewhat underestimated Sauron. Although she hit Sauron with her mouth, she was afraid that she would be surpassed. Hearing Soren's breathing getting closer, She also increased her speed a bit, and ran away earlier. Sauron was left behind again. Look at Sauron again. Sweating profusely, out of breath, he bit his teeth and persisted, but the firmness and conviction in his eyes still has the strength to resist defeat, and his body is gradually getting stronger. He's still after that, but the legs are getting heavier and heavier. Just when Sauron was almost unable to hold on, he suddenly felt something approaching him behind him. Someone is catching up. Sauron wondered, who was so fast? Could it be that new kid? He turned his head hard, but found that a figure was fast approaching him. Sauron panicked, calmly looking. What the hell is this? So fast? Is this human speed? Take a closer look. Isn't this figure of Lin Tien? Lin Tien ran very fast. Obviously he didn't use 6 forms, but after he was proficient in 6 forms, his body had already been greatly strengthened. Rub. A gust of wind hits. Sauron was surpassed in an instant, but what made Sauron drop his chin is that he clearly saw Lin Tien carrying a 100-kilogram load on his back. No, not only that. This time Sauron saw clearly that Lin Tien was carrying various load-bearing equipment on his back. No. No? So many loaders. How did he do it? Sauron thought suspiciously. Looking at myself sweating profusely and powerless, and then looking at Lin Tien, Sauron suddenly ignited a stronger will. I said, no matter who it is, I have to surpass. Sauron made a secret decision in his heart, and Sauron had already regarded Lin Tien as one of his goals that he must surpass. Sauron rekindled his fighting spirit. He was determined to become the strongest swordsman in the world, so he gritted his teeth and rushed forward. Less than 200 meters to the end. Gwyna also felt anxious. Seeing that she was almost at the end, she didn't expect Sauron to surpass him. She didn't know why Sauron was so fast. It seemed that the guy was already exhausted. Even if he could reach the end, he could not be faster than me. Gwyna thought about it this way, and never thought that it was another teenager who followed her. But there was no time to turn around. The man had already surpassed him. Only now did Gwyna see this person's back. This person was about the same height as her own. Sauron was not that tall. She saw gray hair and a thin back. That's not Sauron. It's that kid, Lin Tien. Wasn't he behind just now? Why is this kid so fast? Did he carry a weight of 10 kilograms? Gwyna doubted. She looked intently, and as expected, she saw that Lin Tien was carrying a weight of 10 kilograms behind her back. She was about to say that Lin Tien was opportunistic, but she felt something wrong again. How? Does he have more than one load on his back? Oh my god. Why did you carry so much weight? 10 kilogram. 0.20. 0.30. 0.50. 0.100? Huh. Gwyna calculated the load on Lin Tien's back at a glance, and she was a little frightened. This guy. A load of 210 kilograms. Is this still a human? It's 4 times that of mine? It's faster than me. Gwyna was speechless. When Qiwuhai finally reached the end, she found that Lin Tien was already waiting there. When Lin Tien reached the end, he found that Denjiro had arrived. Good boy. Denjiro looked at Lin Tien, but he couldn't calm down. The second one to reach the finish line is of course Gwyna. Even Gwyna was panting when she reached the finish line. Her physical strength had already reached the end. If she ran again, she might be lying on the ground. The third one to reach the end is naturally Sauron. Sauron has already been overdrawn. For Sauron, it is already quite difficult to reach this. After a while, the other disciples reached the end one after another, and even some disciples had already given up, lying on the ground to rest, and some, without physical strength, just walked over slowly. Most of the disciples were not surprised to see Sauron, Gwyna, and even Lin Tien, and some asked without taking care of their breath. Who? Master, who is it? Yeah. Who was the first master to arrive? We want to know. The disciples wanted to know, is Sauron the strongest among the boys? Or is it Gwyna, the master's daughter? Or was Lin Tien who was not optimistic about it just now, but later turned into a dark horse? It's Lin Tien. He was the first to arrive, Kang Shiro said solemnly. Gwyna is second, Sauron is third. Although everyone has the answer, they were shocked after hearing this fact. The disciples looked at Lin Tien as if they were a little numb, and they ran so fast with a load of more than 200 kilograms. It seems that the breath is a bit uneven, Is this still a human? This is really incomparable. But the disciples who can reach the end obviously have their own consciousness. They secretly made up their minds to practice well in the future. I must surpass you. I must surpass you. Unexpectedly, Guina and Sauron, who usually didn't deal with each other, said to Lin Tian in unison now. Lin Tian also smiled and replied, "Okay. I am waiting for your transcendence." Kushiro is also very satisfied with the results now. His daughter, Sauron, and many other disciples have been stimulated. In the future, they will practice harder and harder. You must know that a stronger heart is better than a better one. Your physique is more important. Looking at Lin Tian, Kenshiro had already blossomed with joy in his heart. What could be happier than accepting an evildoer? It was a morning run training, but it took me early in the morning to finish the 10 kilometers run. Everyone started to eat lunch, and many disciples were fined for not having lunch. Lin Tian is in a good mood, he just finished lunch. It's not because he won the race, but after running 10 kilometers with a load of 210 kilograms, he found his muscles began to swell. He felt his thin body began to grow stronger, but he didn't have the exaggerated muscles. It becomes very balanced, very even, and tough. Clench your fists. Lin Tian felt a wave of power gushing out. There was both unspeakable fatigue and unspeakable comfort all over his body. Lin Tian knew that this was because of the load-bearing running just now and the reason for the tenfold comprehension pill. You know, Lin Tian ran 10 kilometers and carried 210 kilograms. It seems that 10 times is not much, but what is the concept of 10 times? The equivalent of carrying a weight of 2,100 kilograms and running 100 kilometers. Normal people can't do this amount of training at all, but with 10 times the comprehension pill, Lin Tian's gains have long surpassed the so-called multiple results with half the effort concept. Why does Lin Tian say that the tenfold comprehension pill is like a bug? The reason is here. This tenfold comprehension pill is just like Uzumaki Naruto's shadow avatar technique against the sky. He has every reason to believe that he has been practicing desperately for 3 months, in the world of One Piece. Who can take him a punch? If this is the case, it is not enough for Lin Tian to be excited. What makes Lin Tian even more excited is that he has received a D-level side mission reminder. And the content of the task is, run the whole course with the heaviest load in the audience and get even more excited. At the beginning of the morning run, he actually received the system task to win the championship, and now Lin Tian can draw rewards again. And because of the perfect completion of the task, Lin Tian also received the system's S-level evaluation. Congratulations to the host. You have successfully completed the D-level branch mission, and the mission completion is being tested. The test is completed. The mission completion is S-level. The explosion rate of rare items has been increased for you. Does the host draw a lottery now? Lottery? Lin Tianke knows that he won a B-level award in the last lottery. Senbon Sakura who started solving. That's a powerful Zanpakuto that is powerful and handsome. And Lin Tian embraced. Such a lottery is the same for early and late draws. He also chose to continue the lottery with his mentality. Lin Tian saw the familiar bronze lottery turntable appearing in front of him again. Start. Lin Tian started the lottery directly. The turntable began to spin again, passing countless jealous and speechless rewards, and finally the turntable stopped slowly, and the pointer was frozen on a line of fine print. Before Lin Tian could see clearly, the voice of the system came out first. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the A-level reward. Zanpakuto knife, Senben Sakura. Since the host has already obtained the B-level reward, the first solution, Senbon Sakura. There are overlapping parts, and a special B-level skill of the host, blur. Happiness came too suddenly. Lin Tian was not ready yet. My god. My luck is too bad. A total of several lottery draws. I broke out such a sky-defying reward. Are these rare prizes so bad? Lin Tian's luck is obviously very good. At this time, he was already happily doubting whether he was the darling of the system. In the world of the god of death, Zanpakuto's sword can be liberated twice. The first time is the beginning solution. The second time is the wand solution. The difficulty of the wand solution is greater than that of the beginning solution. I don't know how much. Having always mastered them, he is most qualified to be the captain of the Gote 13th squad. And blur is a special skill that allows death to possess virtual power. In the original work of death, Kurosaki Ichigo would use this trick, and even his proud skill Crescent Moon Sky Chong turned black. The power has been enhanced several times. Lin Tian didn't expect that even if he ran a step, he would be able to run out of the sky-defying rewards. I really admire my character. Time soon arrived in the afternoon, and the training of swordsmanship began again. Speaking of training in swordsmanship, it is actually the most basic hacking. After Kushiro did a very standard chopping, he asked his disciples to start the chopping practice against the sword target. Some new disciples asked, "Master, we can do it." Unexpectedly, Koshiro smiled and shook his head, and handed the wooden sword to the disciple and said, "Now you use the wooden sword to attack me." The disciple responded, "It looks like it's going to attack Kushiro's drive." Lin Tian guessed when he looked at it in his heart. Sure enough, the disciple picked up the wooden sword and slashed, and hit Kushiro's body. Seeing that Kushiro moved quickly, a sword stabbed the disciple. "Master, that's amazing," the disciples shouted. The disciple stuck out his tongue in embarrassment and said, "Let everyone see the joke." Everyone smiled. But only Lin Tian's eyes lit up and he seemed to understand something. Kushiro collected the sword, and then smiled and asked, "Now everyone knows why you should practice hacking, right?" "I do not know." The disciples still didn't know if they were blunt, but Kushiro was suddenly speechless in his admiration for his disciples. Then his gaze shifted to Guina and Sauron, but they also looked puzzled. I am afraid they didn't understand his meaning for a while. "Then do you know why you lost?" Kushiro turned his head helplessly and asked the disciple who was fighting with him just now. "Because you are better than me," the disciple answered as expected. Kushiro smiled helplessly and shook his head, and then looked at Lin Tian. Seeing Lin Tian's eyes gleaming slightly, I knew that this kid had understood his intentions. "Lin Tian, let's talk about it," Zhang Shiro said. Lin Tian also stood up and replied, "Because he hesitated to shoot the sword, hesitating will lose." "Good point." Kushiro praised. "Lin Tian, you can be more specific." "Okay. First of all, his posture just now is obviously to attack your torso, that is, your body. I think everyone can see it." Lin Tian looked at the disciples around him, and everyone else nodded in response. Guina and Sauron also nodded, and they all saw that the disciples' movements were too inclined, and it was difficult for him to attack anywhere. Lin Tian continued, "When you know where he is going to attack, it will be very easy for you to guard against him. This is his first problem. He has a clear attack area, but his shot is not decisive enough. The speed has become a little slow again, indicating that he suddenly hesitated again in his heart, presumably because he is a master, he is not as embarrassed to shoot directly, right?" After that, Lin Tian looked at the disciple who had just been fighting, and saw that he blushed a little, apparently confessing the fact that he really hesitated. Kushiro nodded and said, "Please continue." Lin Tian continued, "This is his second question. The last question is when he decides to attack you and then thinks about where to attack you, he has already lost. So, hesitate and lose." Kushiro was also beaming immediately, looking at Lin Tian. The more satisfied he looked, he kept nodding his head in praise. "Well said." Unexpectedly, he looked at Lin Tian so highly, but at this time he still felt that he had underestimated Lin Tian's talent. Lin Tian made it clear about the loopholes in the disciples' move. This keen observation is already rare in the world, and Kushiro feels that accepting Lin Tian as a disciple is a correct choice. "Yes. You are right. By the way, why do we practice hacking?" Kang Shiro continued to ask. He wanted to know when Lin Tian could be stumped. This question is both simple and complex. Everyone has their own answers. The disciples were still at a loss, not knowing why Kushiro would ask such a simple question. "I see." Guina and Sauron stood up almost at the same time, presumably they also found their own answers. "Chop. Naturally to become stronger. It looks like a simple action, but in fact it is the most direct way to attack others. If you want to practice attacking others, you must develop a conditioned reflex, lock the target while swinging the sword attack. The practice is to train the accuracy of the sword swing, strength and ability to reflex." Lin Tian said his understanding of hacking. Kushiro finally nodded a little and said, "Yes, Lin Tian was right. This slashing action is simple, but it has benefited a lot. Let's practice." After that, he assumed a posture and slashed at the target with a sword. After finishing the demonstration, Kushiro ordered everyone to practice. Guina and Sauron began their daily rivalry again, swinging their swords at the sword target one by one. As the name suggests, the sword target is to mark a point, and then when hacking, aim at this point. When attacking with a sword, if you decide to slash the opponent and the result is not even the sword, or as soon as the sword is out, the opponent has already attacked first, then you must die in this situation and you don't know how to die. So in the days after this, Lin Tian was doing his best to practice cutting and cutting except for a morning run with heavy loads, trying to lock the target with breath at the same time, constantly chopping sword targets. 10 times, 100 times, 10,000 times. Countless hacks have caused Lin Tian's whole body to change. And he was constantly hacking, and his understanding and use of swordsmanship was also improving steadily and rapidly. Speed, physical fitness, power, accuracy, fencing, all are infinitely amplified in the gain effect of the tenfold comprehension pill. Time was fleeting under Lin Tian's 3 months of hard work. For these 3 months, Lin Tian has not only insisted on carrying a heavier weight for morning jogs every day. He also tied the weight to the sword, which even made him a little strenuous, and kept practicing chopping and slashing. Because the 6 forms have refined his body, Lin Tian is more tireless than anyone. Speaking of desperately, Lin Tian has already surpassed Guina and Sauron. Coupled with the income of 10 times the comprehension pill, Lin Tian's strength can be imagined. Whenever he has time, Lin Tian will discuss with Guina and Sauron to enhance his ability in actual combat. Without the use of Navy Type 6 and Senbon Sakura, with only a wooden sword, Guina and Sauron are no match for them. Lin Tian deliberately released water. A rare swordsman genius in 1,000 years. Kushiro has never made such a high evaluation of anyone, but he only has a soft spot for Lin Tian. In the dense jungle, a man wearing a green robes kept swinging his sword and hacking. His figure looked a little lonely, his whole person looked a little tired, and his green robes were stained with sweat. This person is naturally Lin Tian, he still insists, and is practicing desperately every day and night. For him, the so-called limit is also a bottomless pit. But I didn't expect to squeeze my limit in the past few days, and finally let myself break through the barrier. He calmly stared at a big rock in front of him, swinging his sword. He disappeared suddenly, and when he reappeared, he had reached the back of the stone, and the stone had been split in half. However, all this does not end so easily. The stone then instantly turned into dozens of small pieces. Horrible. Lin Tian's swordsmanship has been completed. There was no wave in his eyes at this time, like a quiet lake. He knew that his realm of swordsmanship had reached a level of tranquility. Because he ran the first place, Lin Tian also got a reward from Kushiro. Kushiro personally taught Lin Tian some sword skills. However, Lin Tian didn't just follow it mechanically, but chose a method that was more suitable for him. That is to use some of the physical skills in the 6 styles to merge into the sword skills. Formed his own unique swordsmanship. Unexpectedly, the power not only did not decrease, but multiplied. Owing to the fact that Kang Shiro opened a small stove from time to time, it attracted complaints from all the disciples, but complaints returned. After seeing Lin Tian's perverted talent and strength, he was justified in silence. Lin Tian still wielded his sword in the jungle. Sura slash. Lin Tian made another crosscut, appearing 100 meters away in an instant. And dozens of target-marked boulders within 100 meters. Suddenly the target and the boulder were cut in half. Has it finally reached the current level? Lin Tian thought. Hello host. Congratulations to the host for completing the C-level task. The task of Apprentice Koshiro. Task type. Main line. Task reward. A lottery is drawn depending on the degree of completion. Completing the test. The test is complete. The host. Because Koshiro has hidden some strengths, you can't get the S-level evaluation this time. The host has been detected with a degree of completion of more than 75%. The evaluation is A level. Suddenly came the cold voice of the system. I didn't expect Kushiro to hide his strength. Oh, nothing. It is impossible for Kushiro to teach Lin Tian all his life learning within 3 months. A level evaluation is A level. It's just that the explosion rate is a little bit lower, and the impact is not big. Lin Tian comforted himself and thought, is the task finally completed? Lin Tian said to himself, seeing that his swordsmanship has improved rapidly, but the news of the completion of the task has been delayed. making Lin Tian wait a little anxious. Now it seems that I have just reached the standard of successfully becoming a teacher, and I have completed the task. The system is still very user-friendly. Host. Do you have a chance to draw a C-level lottery? Is it a lottery draw? The system asked. Lottery. After all, the lottery turntable began to spin. When Lin Tian saw those familiar rewards, his eyes were a little red, thinking that his character was still very good. The pointer finally fell on a line of words. The voice of the system came. Congratulations to the host. Acquired a C-level skill. A top navigation skill card. You can appoint any other crew member to learn. Navigation. Although he didn't draw any rewards that were against the sky, Lin Tian seemed to lack anything at present. It is conceivable that although navigation cannot enhance its own strength, it is also an indispensable skill in the pirate world. Lin Tian still remembered how many wrongdoings he had taken to reach Qiwuhai village. Hello host. It has been detected that you have drawn a reward for navigation. A new mission has been released. Mission type, mainline. Task content. Set up your own pirate group, and enter the Great Waterway. Task level. B-level task reward. Depending on completion, B-level draw once. In this case, it will be much more convenient, and the rewards can be used after completing the task. Very good. Lin Tian already secretly had some thoughts. Otherwise, go to the orange town of Coco West to find Nami? Unexpectedly, a voice from the system pulled him into reality again. Remind the host. Side mission reminder. Preventing Guina's death has been triggered. If it is not completed, it will be considered a mission failure. Mission failure deducts the ownership of the host Senbon Sakura. What? Lin Tian just noticed that in the past 3 months, through the buff of the tenfold comprehension pill, he has been immersed in the journey of improving his strength. And now he has obviously forgotten this one. Lin Tian hurriedly used the moon step and ran towards the dojo. Not far from Qiwuhai village, it was a paddy field that people irrigated. Not far from the paddy field, there was a forest, surrounded by a clearing. There were 2 people standing in the clearing, obviously they were fighting each other. Guina, the female swordsman, cannot be the strongest. Guina was a little weak. She squatted beside the paddy field, thinking back to what Kushiro had said. Suddenly, a green-haired boy came up. He was naturally Sauron. What are you doing here? Sauron asked. I just want to know. Why are you here so late? Guina asked rhetorically. I'm here to fight you in the 2001 duel. This is my last duel with you. I'm going to end it. Try it with me with a real sword? Do you have a real sword? Sauron spoke confidently. Huh. And me? Guina was still immersed in Kushiro's words for a while. Okay. Guina let go of her distracting thoughts. Go back to the dojo and get back the Hedao text. But she didn't know. Lin Tian had been waiting for her for a long time, and quietly followed. The night was cold like soaking, the insects cried like weeping, the moonlight filled the whole night, and the owl watched quietly on the tree. Guina holding the word Hedao Sauron had a knife in each hand. Today he is still second-hand. Suddenly Sauron rushed over to Guina to take a slash with Guina's right hand, and Guina hid in a stab, and Sauron hurriedly resisted, and the two fought away from each other. In the first confrontation, Sauron was sweating profusely, and Guina was not very relaxed either. Suddenly, the two rushed together again. Guina and Sauron hacked each other, but they were both blocked by each other. I don't know how long the two have been fighting each other. Sauron was exhausted more quickly due to the double sword flow. Before long, he was panting and was out of strength. It looks like they are almost finished playing. Lin Tian estimated. Pick up 2 knives. It's really heavy. It seems that your stamina is not enough. Long-winded. Sauron chopped over again, but Sauron didn't have much strength anymore. Guina was one of the top picks, hitting Sorin's 2 swords directly, and Sauron volleyed and lost to Guina. Guina thrust a sword to Sorin's left, almost against Sorin's left ear. Guina proudly said, "My 2001 victory." After all, Sorin's 2 swords also fell from the air, and they were inserted directly on the ground. Sauron said, lost. Damn it. Damn it. I'm so unwilling. Guina said, I'm not willing to cry. When girls grow up, they will be weaker than boys. I will soon be overtaken by you. Sauron, you often say that you want to become the strongest swordsman in the world. My father told me that he said that girls can't be made. I understand. I understand this kind of thing. But, I'm so unwilling. Sauron is so good. Because you are a boy. I also want to be the strongest swordsman in the world. The breasts are also beginning to develop. After all, Gwyna touched her chest. Sauron suddenly blushed. If I can be a boy. After that, Gwyna shed unwilling tears. You beat me. Don't complain about it. This is too despicable. You are my goal. What a man or a woman. When will I beat you? Do you want to say the same? I don't seem to be able to win on my own strength. Isn't I like an idiot who worked so hard for special training like this? Stop saying such things. Promise me. One day it's either me or you. You must become the strongest swordsman in the world. Let's compare and see who can become one. Gwyna's heart had already been opened by Sauron. She wiped away her tears and said, Idiot, obviously so weak. Sauron and Gwyna held their right hands together and agreed. That's a deal. Lin Tien knew that from now on, Gwyna would be even more desperate to practice, and Sauron also began to practice the three-sword style, starting a more powerful practice than before. Lin Tien was also a little sighed when he saw this. He knew that the plot was still exactly the same as in the original work. Does Gwyna have to die? Do not. I came to this world to change the world. Lin Tien believes that even if the wheel of history keeps turning, he turned out to be born to stop this original tragedy. Lin Tien estimates it should be these few days. A few days passed quickly. Lin Tien's attention was completely focused on Qiwuhai, but there seemed to be no change in the dojo. Except for Sauron and Gwyna, more hard practice is still going on. This afternoon, it seemed as usual. Gwyna picked up her own words and practiced for a long time, then thoughtfully, hurried to the warehouse. Danger. Lin Tien was anxious. He already knew that Gwyna was going to the warehouse to get a precious sharpening stone. If no one stops, Gwyna is likely to fall to death. Lin Tien rushed over. However, Gwyna had already walked into the warehouse, and she set up a tall ladder as expected, looking like she was looking for something. Suddenly Gwyna made a mistake and didn't step on her foot well, and her whole body lost her balance. Gwyna shouted in surprise. What? Lin Tien had already entered, and his eyes condensed when he looked at Gwyna's figure. Shave. Lin Tien's training during this period was not white training. His 6 poses were obviously more sophisticated than in the past, and his super advanced footwork made him instantly appear where Gwyna had fallen. He has eyesight and hands faster. At the very moment, Lin Tien caught Gwyna. Even Lin Tien, thinking of such a high ladder, still has lingering fears. Falling from such a high place, it's no wonder Gwyna will die. And Gwyna was finally out of danger. Lin Tien had already heard the reminder in his mind that the task was completed. Gwyna was also a little dazed at this time. Everything happened so fast that she didn't even react. Now she looked at the boy in front of her and felt a little blushing. No wonder she was embarrassed, because this was the first time she was hugged by a boy. Are you Lin Tien? Gwyna asked with a slightly hot face, looking at the boy in front of her. The 3-month training has made Lin Tien's figure stronger, and he no longer looks thin at the beginning, and the full and well-proportioned muscles give Lin Tien a charm that is about to mature. And Gwyna felt an inexplicable sense of security in her heart. Lin Tien didn't think so much when he heard Gwyna's words, and said directly, You were so dangerous just now, you almost died. Do you know? Thank you for saving me in time, let me go first. Lin Tien realized that he was still holding Gwyna, and quickly put down Gwyna, and asked, Oh, are you looking for a whetstone? Is it to polish the words of peace? Well, yes, how do you know? Qiwuhai asked Lin Tiandao. Lin Tien ignored Gwyna's rhetorical question, and then asked, Why are you so persistent to become stronger? Qiwuhai was silent for a few seconds, then looked up at Lin Tien, some tears flickering. Because I want to become the strongest female swordsman in the world. But, alas, my father said I couldn't make it. I made an agreement with that guy Sauron. No matter who he is, he and I will always be the strongest swordsman in the world. This is my belief, so I am very persistent and desperate. Lin Tianbian persuaded him and asked, But you can't be the strongest in the world in this place. Don't you think about leaving this place? Have you gone out to experience it? Gwyna shook her head and said, Father would never agree. After all, He only has a daughter like me. Yes. I won't agree. At this time, a figure suddenly appeared at the door of the warehouse. Looking at the familiar appearance, isn't it Kushiro or who? Kushiro suddenly walked in from the door. Lin Tian was shocked, he didn't even feel Kushiro nearby. In the original work, Guina's death seemed to have some oddities, but Lin Tian didn't care about it at the time. However, after becoming the subject, Lin Tian felt that things were far more complicated than it seemed in the original work. If you don't save Guina, will Guina really fall to death? Kushiro hides his strength, and the death of Guina is just a simple sentence in the original book. Maybe the original Nikako Shiro also rescued her. Lin Tian guessed, but Guina and Kushiro started talking. Father. Guina was still a little at a loss after seeing Kushiro. Sorry. I worried you. I'm sorry. I never thought about going to sea to practice. Guina bowed to her father, and then bowed to Lin Tian in the same way. Thank you. Lin Tian. Thank you for saving me. Guina looked a little unnatural, as if she was still worried about Kushiro's previous words. Guina. As a father, I do not agree with you to leave, but as your master, I have to agree with you to leave. No. I don't want to leave. I have to insist on daily training. I still have the obsession to become stronger. Guina was a little excited. Obviously she did not expect Kushiro to let her go. Kushiro didn't say much, but looked at Guina in silence for a while. Don't worry, Guina. I know you are thinking about that kid Sauron. But you should go further to experience it too. Only in this way will you become stronger. Kushiro added again. Question mark 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 question mark
Question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark mark question 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 mark. mark question 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 mark.
But no matter how strong I become, I can't become the strongest swordsman in the world. Guina finally yelled out. She looked at Kushiro with mixed emotions. Even if she remembered the agreement between her and Sauron, it did not mean that she would forget what her father had said. However, Kushiro smiled deeply and said, "How do you know if you don't try it? Haven't you been thinking that way? Why do you still care about it for so long?" When Guina heard these words, her body trembled and her emotions were obviously complicated. She didn't expect her father to support her and encourage her to become stronger. Koshiro knew that Guina was reading Sauron, so he added, "Guina, don't worry. I said to the outside world, you fell to death. Maybe this will make Sauron more painful, but please let him inherit your will and continue practicing here for a while." "Father, why are you driving me away?" Guina finally asked, looking at Kushiro with tears in tears. Kushiro still answered without furui. "Father is reluctant to bear you, and doesn't want you to be the strongest. But as your master, how can you fail to see your desperation? I know how strong your obsession is to become stronger, I understand. But since you want to become stronger, why not try to get out of the closed place?" Guina was lost in thought, apparently very contradictory in her heart. Upon seeing this, Lin Tian also persuaded, "Guina, what the master said is right. Since you think there are some things that you don't agree with, then you should try to use actual actions to change their previous perceptions." Lin Tian also persuaded him. He knew this, but Kushiro couldn't say it. But when things got here, Lin Tian also suddenly realized. Kushiro said those words on purpose to let Guina hear her, so that Guina would practice desperately to prove herself. But in the end, Guina became stronger again and aroused a worry, which originated from Sauron. Because she witnessed Soren's growth, when he saw Sauron, she believed Kushiro's words. Because Soren's growth is so fast, soon that even Guina had to increase her training volume, but Sauron had been improving rapidly, and Guina's own beliefs were shaken. It was because of the eagerness to become stronger that Guina felt a little flustered. She fell down the stairs in a hurry and almost died away. In this way, it is much more reasonable. But go like this. Is it really okay? Guina was also a little tangled in her heart now, at a loss. She has been practicing in the dojo, from a very young age until now. She has little to do except training. Kushiro suddenly let her go, but felt a little uncomfortable. Seeing Guina's appearance, Kushiro didn't know her thoughts, but he didn't say much. Instead he said to Lin Tianyu earnestly, "Lin Tian, you can almost go outside. In the past 3 months, your swordsmanship growth can be said to be very great. I am relieved of your strength. Go out and explore the world. Only in this way can you continue to improve. Guina and you happen to be walking in company. I will leave Guina to you now. Take care of her. Let's go to sea with her. The practice of both of you is also excellent. The most important thing is that you should all be able to accomplish yours obsession and dream." Lin Tian didn't expect Kushiro to evaluate himself so highly, and he humbly shook his head and said, "That's good for the master, but I think it's time to go out." Kushiro added, "Don't worry. That kid Sauron is very talented. He left it to me, but it is still too early to go to sea. In a few years, he will learn something and will go out to increase his knowledge, and he may meet you in the future. I hope you can become stronger at that time. Okay, let's go when you are ready. Don't let others see it." After Koshiro said, he has already issued an order to chase off guests. Senior sister Qiwuhai. Lin Tian looked at Qiwuhai and shouted, "Lin Tian. Let's go." He has already said that. Guina finally decided something. However, she took the Wadoichi word from her waist and handed it to Kushiro, leaving the whetstone behind. This is your most beloved and precious sword, Kushiro said, aren't you taking it away? No, no need. I think I will have other swords, so let's keep this sword. Since I am leaving here, let Sauron inherit my will to become stronger. This is just a word, just stay, give it to him. After Guina said, she bowed to Kushiro again. Bye now. Guina and Lin Tian packed up their luggage and left together before others noticed. Lin Tian and Qiwuhai finally left Shuangyue village on the boat. Guina still looked contemplative, and Lin Tian estimated that she was worried about whether Sauron would never recover. Don't worry. That kid is proud and strong. He will survive soon, Lin Tian comforted. Lin Tian, I know him better than you. We have lived together for a long time. After that, Guina trembled slightly, and finally she couldn't help but shed tears. She didn't expect to leave a familiar place for the first time in such a way. But Lin Tian was a little embarrassed. It turned out that Guina was silent when she was most sad. At this time, he seemed a little incompetent. He had some strength, but he was not very good at comforting girls. He thought for a while or patted Guina on the back gently and said, well, don't worry. I will protect you from now on. I don't need your protection. Qiwuhai also felt Lin Tian's care, but after thinking about it, she felt that there was a strange feeling in these words. Her face is a little hot. I thought to myself. My father said just now that I was entrusted to him. What does it mean? Could it be? No. No. Immediately refuted Lin Tiandao. I don't need your protection. I'm not the tail of an oil bottle crane, but I am destined to become the strongest swordsman in the world. After that, I ran into the cabin. Why do these words sound familiar? Lin Tian thought. Okay. I believe you. Lin Tian thought secretly. Lin Tian suddenly thought that he still had another chance to draw a lottery, and hurriedly called the system. System. Are you there? Hello host. Testing. Congratulations to the host for completing the sea-level side quest. The content of the mission is to rescue Guina and go to sea. The completion rate is evaluated as S-level. Therefore, the sea-level roulette draw is awarded once. May I start the draw now? Lottery. Start the lottery. As soon as the sound of the system fell, the familiar roulette pointer began to spin. Lin Tian noticed that the sea-level is a bronze roulette, and the D-level drawn before is a black iron roulette. It is estimated that the B and A levels are silver roulette and gold roulette respectively. I'm coming. Under Lin Tian's expectation, the roulette turned faster and faster, and then the speed gradually slowed down, and finally the pointer fell on a row of characters. This burst rate? That's great. Lin Tian was also overjoyed. I only heard the voice of the system ensuing. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the B-level reward for the Reaper Plane Kuchiki Rukia's Zanpaka knife, Shu Shirayuki. Beginning. Because the host already has a Zanpaka knife, so you can give this prize to others. At present, I don't lack weapons anymore. Why don't you give it to Guina? System. Can she also obtain Shu Baishui's initial solution ability? Of course. Just like you use Senbon Sakura, she can also use Shirayuki's abilities. However, the host must be clear that there is a small chance that Shirayuki will be able to draw his sleeves again, which means that the ability to solve it may require the user himself go get it. Well, that's how it is, understand. Lin Tian thought that Shu Baishui is also a very powerful Zanpaka knife. Even if it is temporarily insoluble, it will not hinder its own strength. Besides, no matter how strong the sword is, it depends on who is using it. This knife is beautiful and suitable for Guina, so I will give it to him. Lin Tian thought of it and called Guina out of the cabin. Guina. If you leave a word of peace, then I will give you a weapon. Weapon? Where did you get it? Isn't your only sword all over you? Is there any other sword for me? Guina obviously knew Lin Tian too, and indeed only brought a sword when he came out. I am not an ordinary sword. This is called Chinbenying. It is a very powerful weapon. Lin Tian touched his Chinbenying proudly. Very strong? Is there a strong word in my harmony? There doesn't seem to be such a knife among those famous knives. Guina also fought back. Girls at this age seem to love to quarrel with boys. It doesn't matter. One day you will see how powerful this knife is. Well, looking at what you are saying so seriously, then I will wait for this Chinben Sakura to become famous in the future. Then you say, what about the weapon given to me? Haha, wait a moment. Lin Tian immediately thought. The system seemed to know it, and a strange power came out, and a gorgeous-looking knife was added to Guina's waist. Look. Isn't your sword on you? Lin Tian reminded, pointing to Qiwuhai's waist. Huh. How come? Why didn't I have just now? How could I have an extra knife on my body? Lin Tian also secretly said in his heart, this is directly given to you by the system. Guina suddenly closed her eyes, as if there was something more in her brain, but she opened her eyes and smiled after a while. Lin Tian knew that this was the information that Qiwuhai had obtained Su Shirayuki's solution, and her appearance was exactly the same as when she obtained the Navy's 6th form and Senbon Sakura. Guina suddenly removed her sleeve baishui from her waist, observed it carefully, and said excitedly, wow, I like this knife very much, thank you, Lin Tian. I seem to know this knife, she seems to be called Shu Baishui, Guina said, looking directly at Lin Tian. That's right. You already know how to use this knife, and you must be familiar with it if you have the opportunity. Lin Tian is also a little happy, after all, Guina is her first crew member. Strengthening is of course better for oneself. Guina hesitated. This knife is really beautiful. Do you really want to give it to me? Lin Tian smiled bitterly and said, take it. I'm not a second-hand style, I have 1,000 Sakura, and besides, you left the text of Hedao for Sauron, and you don't have any weapons to take advantage of. This will be given to you. Use it, don't disappoint his name. You should already know how to use it, right? Yes, my mind was gray just now, and I felt a lot more hazy. Lin Tian knows that it is a means by which the system directly empowers others. Yes, that's how it feels, Shu Baishui. Very strong. You have to become stronger too. You can definitely become the strongest female swordsman. Qiwuhai glanced at Lin Tian gratefully. Thank you. After that, Baishui took his sleeves and went to play in the cabin. And Lin Tian not only completed the task of apprentice to learn the sword, but also the task of saving Guina and going to sea. Just when Lin Tian was wandering aimlessly at sea, the sound of the system came. The system, as expected, did not allow Lin Tian to relax for a moment. The system released the latest side mission. Hello host. You have completed all the tasks, and now a new side task is released. Kill the Black Cat Pirates. Task level C. Task reward. 1 prize draw. Black Cat Pirate Group? Lin Tian thought. This pirate group is one of the top pirate groups in the East China Sea's Fright and Bounty rankings. It's not an ordinary small role. In the Black Cat Pirates, there are not only the Cat Brothers but also the hypnotist Zhangao, and the Captain Crow is known as 100 Tricks. Not only has the amazing ambition and the scheming, but also has the terrifying strength. Ms. Yao's family property took 3 years to penetrate. Had it not been for the arrival of Straw Hat Luffy with a group of people in the original book, it is estimated that he would have achieved his evil goal. If you remember correctly, the Black Cat Pirates group occupied Kia's property. That was 3 years ago of the original work, but now it looks like the original book about 8 years ago. The Black Cat Pirates group is unlikely to appear there. Where are we going next? After Guina played with her sleeve baishui, she walked out of the cabin and asked Lin Tian on the deck. Lin Tian didn't have a good route at this time, but he thought that he still had a skill card for top navigation, which he hadn't used yet. Otherwise, just give Guina to use it, Lin Tian thought. But looking at Guina's appearance, she has no interest in sailing at all. She wants to be the world's best swordsman, so don't bother her. Should I still go to Nami? Lin Tian thought of Nami, the nautical genius and thief cat in the original book. Lin Tian still shook her head secretly. Nami is now estimated to be young and can't go to sea. Lin Tian thought about it and said, let's not use it now. Although I don't know much about navigation, the East China Sea is relatively safe. Generally speaking, as long as you don't encounter stormy weather and meet sea kings, it's relatively safe. As long as you can distinguish your direction and your position on the sea, you will still not be able to walk towards your destination. What's wrong? Thinking of here, Lin Tian also began to take the helm and set sail. As he had just left Shuangyue village, he prepared a chart before the trip. In addition, the weather was good and the vision was wide. Lin Tian's journey was very smooth, and he had arrived at the nearest island town with naval garrison in his boat. Lin Tian thinks that Crow is also very famous in the East China Sea, and there must be a reward. Lin Tian is already going to the naval garrison to inquire about it and see if there is appropriate information. When he arrived at the naval garrison, Lin Tian saw that the bounty bar was also full of wanted warrants for Crow. Lin Tian inquired around and found out that the recent Black Cat Pirates group was uneasy. They frequently attacked in the East China Sea. Merchant Marine has increased the total reward a lot, and it is notorious in this piece. After saying that, Lin Tian saw the reward order from the Cat Brothers, so he tore the reward off casually. However, some of the Marines garrisoned around saw this scene but were a little surprised. Huh? Little guy? What are you doing? Does he intend to attack the Cat Brothers? The Cat Brothers are very strong. Many bounty hunters have not come back alive. Young man, are you here to make trouble? Several Marines saw Lin Tian's childish look. It was estimated that Lin Tian was a teenager. He might have come to offer a reward when he had nothing to do. They stopped Lin Tian's improper behavior, and some of them were still facing. Showing a fierce appearance, I wanted to stop it. However, Lin Tian pretended not to see them, and then tore off the reward offered by Crow. Bah! The sound of the reward torn off was particularly harsh, and the Marines suddenly became a little angry. What is he doing? Even to tear off the reward of hundreds of crows. Is it a joke? Or is he really going to hit Crow? How is it possible? He is less than a teenager. How is it possible to have played Crow? Yes, it's probably here to make trouble. Hey boy. Are you here to make trouble? There was a seaman who was stationed, who looked a bit fierce, and he grabbed Lin Tian with one hand. Manka caught him. This guy is making trouble. Kick him away. The surrounding Marines shouted. Huh. Manka? Isn't this a character in the plot? Why does it appear now? Did I arrive at the 153rd branch of the Navy, the town of Shelters? Thinking about Sauron in the original book also went to Shell's town and lost his way as soon as he went out to sea. Lin Tian was a little relieved. In the original work, the hypnotist hypnotized Manka to make him think he had caught Crow, so he was promoted to captain, but the hypnotism made Manka a grumpy person. Since then, Crow has been hiding in Kaya's house in Sarab village, where Usopp made his debut. He spent 3 years gaining the trust of the rich Lady Kaya as the housekeeper Krabatel. He finally slowly climbed to the position of housekeeper, but attempted to control the property of Kia's family, and in the end, Klo was defeated by Luffy. But that is also a few years later. Now Manka is just a recruit. After figuring it out, Lin Tian frowned, raised his hand gently and grabbed one of Manka's hands from him. Manka was shocked and wondered how the young man in front of him could easily control his hand with such great strength. Guina was also a little angry when she saw this scene. What are you doing? Guina also looked at the navy, frowned slightly, and raised the knife in her hand. There is a lot of meaning to start fighting. You fellow. However, Manka suddenly hit Lin Tian with his other hand. Lin Tian didn't expect that if he didn't clean up Manka, Manka would take an inch and attack him, so he changed his hands to feet, kicked it out, and kicked Manka into the air. Seeing Manka being so sturdy, man was kicked out like a cannonball. The navy was shocked. Who is this boy? He kicked Manka with one kick. The navy picked up their guns and aimed at the two. The tense atmosphere seemed to be permeating the surroundings, and the navy's extremely fast-moving groups surrounded Lin Tian and Qiwuhai. I just want to accept the reward from the Black Cat Pirates. There is no need to fight so aggressively, right? Lin Tian said grimly. This group of navies really lacks strength and loves to booze. Is this the navy? A group of adults bullied 2 weak children? Guina said sarcastically. Weak kid? This boy is the one who kicked Manka flying with just one kick. Can still be called weak? The navy thought they had heard it wrong. The deadlock soon resolved. A navy who appeared to be a commander came out and persuaded each other. I'm sorry, you guys, Manka has always been very impulsive. If you want to receive a reward, please feel free to do it. Most navies were mainly afraid that Lin Tian was young and ignorant, and he would offer rewards indiscriminately. He regarded himself too high and lost his life. That's why he thought Lin Tian was making trouble. But when I saw that they kicked Manka flying with ease, my heart was convinced, and in the end I didn't say anything. Well, please give me information about the Black Cat Pirate Group. Okay. No problem, leering Lin Tian to get angry. the Navy readily handed over the information of the Black Cat pirate group to Lin Tian. After reading it, Lin Tian smiled at the corner of his mouth, and set sail and Guina set off again. But no one could see that in the naval base in Sheltstown, a Navy looked around and no one secretly picked up the phoneworm's microphone and said a few words. At this time, Lin Tian was standing on the deck, looking at the chart, while steering the helm. Guina is practicing swordsmanship. The boat was moving on the sea, and the sky was a little dark. The intelligence provided by the Navy is naturally that the Black Cat pirates have been attacking the location of merchant ships recently. Lin Tian's ship, naturally also disguised as a merchant ship, sailed to an area where the Black Cat pirate group might haunt. Not long after Lin Tian drove away, he saw a small island in front of him, and suddenly a pirate ship appeared on both sides of the island. Not only was the ship moving extremely fast, but it also attacked not too slowly. Even Lin Tian had just reacted. More than a dozen shells had already flown near the ship where Lin Tian was. Lin Tian and Qiwuhai picked up their knives and dropped them, cutting into half the shells that were about to fall on the deck. What? Suddenly a scream came from all around Lin Tian. I didn't expect that the enemy's big ship was still shielding countless small boats. The speed of the boats was even faster. Lin Tian's boat is a bit larger and looks a bit cumbersome. It is not traveling so fast. When Lin Tian saw the main ship of the Black Cat pirate ship, he saw countless grappling hooks thrown from the opposite side and caught them on the ship. The pirates followed the grappling hook and boarded their boats. And two people are headed. One fat and one thin. Cat brothers. A large group of pirates followed, all of them fierce and evil. Lin Tian thought. No wonder the merchant ships will be attacked. The attack speed of these pirates is very fast. Normal people really can't escape their attacks. But is Lin Tian an ordinary person? Guina looked at the pirates around, a little flustered. After all, she had never encountered such a situation when she went out to sea for the first time. There are only two people. There is such a big ship. Two bosses. There are millions of Baileys in their ship. Wow. That's okay. I didn't expect the two of you to come to the door. Haha. Yes. Not only to die. It also brought us millions of Baileys. Not bad. How many millions of Baileys? Lin Tian wanted to laugh a little. That belonged to the pirates on this ship, but now they are all dead. I didn't expect someone to repeat the same mistakes. Lin Tian immediately appeased Guina. Guina, don't panic. Let's leave our backs to each other, and kill the other when we come up. Qiwuhai replied and went back to back with Lin Tian. Guina has also pulled out her Zanpaka sword Shirayuki. Chun. As soon as the sound of drawing a knife rang, the pirates rushed forward. The pirates swarmed in and surrounded Lin Tian and the others. No one is talking nonsense. The pirates rushed up one by one. After all, Guina had learned kendo for many years. She picked up Shirayuki's sleeve and began to cleave skillfully. Although she is not very old, she has a deep knowledge of swordsmanship. For a while, no she-pirate could do anything to get her. Lin Tian seemed to exercise Qiwuhai deliberately, only parrying but not attacking. If a pirate attacked Lin Tian, he would easily bounce off. But in the eyes of the pirates, Guina turned out to be stronger. Whoever died close, and the other gray-haired boy didn't even have a decent attack. After a while, Lin Tian felt that more and more pirates were attacking him. Ah. What's the situation? Lin Tian wondered why they regarded themselves as soft persimmons. Seeing more and more pirates attacking him, Lin Tian felt more and more speechless in his heart. After a while, I didn't know which pirate picked up his head and shouted, "Kill the gray-haired kid first, he is weaker." Qiwuhai wanted to laugh. Lin Tian wanted to exercise her ability to prepare for battle. She felt it too, but unexpectedly, these pirates now use Lin Tian as a soft persimmon. Almost everyone attacked Lin Tian, but no one attacked Guina. All the pirates immediately surrounded Lin Tian alone, but Guina faced the Cat brothers alone. Guina should be fine 1-on-2, there will be nothing for a while. Lin Tian thought with peace of mind. Then he looked at the hideous pirates around and said directly, "Since you have chosen to be my enemy, then you must be conscious of death." Lin Tian didn't talk too much nonsense, and he held the Chinban Sakura directly, and the Chinban Sakura turned into a cherry blossom. Spread it. Senbon Sakura. Countless cherry blossom petals began to dance one after another, looking very strange. The pirates didn't know whether they were advancing or retreating for a while. You fools. Don't attack him soon, the cat brother urged. Only then did the pirates react and attacked Lin Tian with various weapons. The obsessive guys. It's too late to escape now. Lin Tian didn't move but smiled, but he controlled the cherry blossoms in his heart. Countless cherry blossom petals have spread around with Lin Tian as the center. What is this? Be careful. A pirate who was too close to Lin Tian felt bad when he saw the beautiful cherry blossoms flying towards him, but he didn't even give him time to think and the petals were drowned. The petals cut his body unscrupulously. The last feeling he felt before he died was endless pain. At the same time, many people died in the same way. For the luckier pirates, Senbon Sakura cut their throats when they drowned them, and left the world without any pain. But the one who was a little less lucky was suffering thousands of swords and slashes, and screamed in pain for more than 10 seconds before bleeding and death. What? It hurts. Kill me. Just kill me. The pirates howled in pain everywhere. When Lin Tian used Shinban Ying to solve the problem, he had already determined that the battle was over. This battle Lin Tian versus Black Cat pirates with numerous pirates. Lin Tiansheng. Moreover, the battle was over in less than half a minute. At this time, Guina and the cat brothers were already confronting each other. The two cats who Guina had the upper hand were in a panic. Because the situation is more critical and the distance is relatively long, the cat brothers will not have the mind to pay attention to the battle between his men and Lin Tian for a while. After the two fought for a while, they were out of breath. The cat brothers have been completely suppressed by Guina. After playing for a while, seeing that Guina was so difficult, I couldn't help thinking. Unexpectedly, this woman is young, but her swordsmanship is so superb. We can't beat her with the strength of the two of us. But as long as we hold her, we will come to support the brothers when it is over. The fist is hard to beat with 4 hands, and it will definitely not be able to stop the attack of a pirate group of us. But the ideal is full, the reality is very skinny. In this sentence, the thoughts of the cat brothers are not excessive. But while they were anxiously waiting for the support of the pirates, Lin Tian had already come to the side of their battle. Gina, I'm over there. Are you okay? Lin Tian asked easily. He naturally saw the battle between Guina and the cat brothers at a glance, and it was firmly in the upper hand. You kid. Why are you here? Due to the critical situation and the distance between them, the cat brothers didn't know what the fighting situation was like on Lin Tian's side, but when they saw Lin Tian, their first thought was that Lin Tian used some trick to escape. So they fended off Guina's hack and started yelling. Hey! Where did you die? Didn't you tell me to watch this kid? You guys respond. After calling for a long time, no one responded to the cat brothers. Maybe they won't respond to you. Lin Tian replied helplessly. Why? Because they were all killed by me. You? Kill them? The cat brothers glanced at Lin Tian in front of them, and then smiled unbelief. Haha. How is this possible? This kid deliberately wants to lie to us. Let's go and see now. After that, the two ran to the corpses of the pirates. At this moment, a corpse that no one noticed actually moved. Lin Tian was startled, his eyesight and hands quickly shaved, and he teleported to Qiwuhai's side. Be careful. Lin Tian suddenly instantaneously pushed Guina away. I saw a bloodstain on Guina's right arm suddenly. The panic happened too suddenly. Even Guina herself did not react. It turned out that it was the corpse of a pirate who had died suddenly stood up, approached Guina at high speed and silently, and attacked Guina. See the silent steps made by the pirate who had come back from the dead. Lin Tian knew the identity of the other party and sneered. Hundreds of crows. I didn't expect you to pretend to be a corpse in order to win. I can't be as good as you and just keep being a corpse. Lin Tian sneered. Fortunately, Lin Tian not only reacts quickly, but also has faster footwork. Otherwise, Guina would not be as simple as a bloodstain. As long as it is to win, any method will work. The fingernails of Chloe's left and right hands have become sharp claws. Captain. The cat brothers were shocked when they saw Clue. Crow didn't even care about them. Looking at Lin Tian, he grabbed it again. Lin Tian just lifted Shinbenying lightly and blocked the catch. Seeing Lin Tian easily blocking his own claws, Qiwuhai was also surprised. Hehe, you are really not easy. You are not too old. You actually killed all of my men. Chloe looked at Lin Tian coldly and said with a sneer. What? This kid? Did you really kill so many crew members? The Cat brothers were shocked when they heard the words, but when they saw their Captain Crow smiling, they already knew that something was wrong. Captain. Don't use that trick. Yes, Captain. The Cat brothers realized something terrible, and they discouraged them. Huh. You two guys who have done less than done and have done more than done. I'll give you 5 minutes. If you can't get rid of the blue-haired woman, I'll get rid of you. Crow calmly threatened. Suddenly, his figure appeared behind the two Cat brothers again, and raised his own sharp claws against their throats. The Cat brothers were frightened and silly. They knew that their captain was cruel in order to achieve his goal. In order to survive, the two immediately attacked Guina. Sam. Butch. The Pussy Willow marches. Having said that, the two of them used their own housekeeping skills, frantically grabbing Guina from left to right. And Captain Crow here habitually pushed his glasses with the palm of his hand, and looked at Lin Tiandao with a sneer. No one disturbs us anymore, and the venue is clean. Next, you two, who will go first? Dead. Lin Tian also shook his head and fought back. Neither of us will die, you will die completely. Huh. Then let me see you, a scumbag who has never seen the world. What a brilliant trick. As soon as Captain Crow finished speaking, he took silent steps. However, Lin Tian's breath had already locked Clue, and when Captain Clue appeared behind Lin Tian, Clue spoke. It seems that you died first. Chloe instantly placed his sharp claws on Lin Tian's neck, and Lin Tian would die with just one move. Hee, not necessarily. Shave. Lin Tian instantaneously appeared, and then appeared behind Crow again. His footwork is so fast that there is no edge. How can the silent step be compared with the Navy's 6-style footwork? What? Crow's face changed drastically, and his heart was startled. He had seen such a move. This is a 6-style Navy. Are you a member of the world government? Lin Tian shook his head and said, I'm not, I'm here to kill you. After saying that, Lin Tian looked at Chloe again with his black pupils. Somehow, Chloe felt a kind of creepy feeling. But Crow still calmed down and said, Huh. Don't be ashamed. That was just for fun just now. I want to give you the most special treatment, let you thoroughly taste the taste of horror, then slowly take care of you. Crow lowered his head slightly and shouted, Spoon. Then disappeared in an instant. Crow's silent steps have been used to the extreme. Although this attack does not distinguish between enemies in us, it is full of power and has always been Crow's most proud skill. However, Lin Tian sneered a little. Her moonstep and shave are much more advanced than silent steps. This pace is too pediatric for him. Lin Tian had 100 ways to resist. Suddenly feeling a danger coming, Lin Tian used one of the 6 formulas that he rarely used. Paper painting. Then Lin Tian shrank to the other side. It looks weird. Humph. Clue's face changed slightly, and then a dozen claws attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian then used paper painting, shaved, and moonsteps to avoid these attacks one after another. The famous Captain Crow. Why can't I feel the horror? It feels like you are here to be funny. Lin Tian mocked Crow. Crow was also shocked in his heart. This kid had far surpassed his footwork, and his body skills were even more weird. It seemed that if he wanted to kill him, he had to block his actions. Boy. Eat me. Clue suddenly burst out with all his strength. Lin Tian could only feel countless claws attacking him. In an instant, all around was the sword aura produced by Clue's claws. Lin Tian jumped into the air. You got fooled. Who would have thought that Crow had already jumped in the air, still sneer with a tricky trick. Die. After closing finished speaking, Angel Lin tried his best to put out his strongest and fastest spoon into the air. It turned out that when Kei Luo learned that Lin Tian's speed and body skills were far surpassing him, he tried to use tricks to force Lin Tian to jump in the air. Then he used his full strength to hit, and ordinary people were in the air, and they couldn't hide even if they wanted to. Lin Tian's defeat was justified in the eyes of Clue. When Crow made a full blow, he felt that Lin Tian couldn't resist his all-round attack. He has started to cheer for victory in his heart as a matter of course. Unexpectedly, Lin Tian, who was in the air, used Yubu. What? Crow was shocked. He had never thought that anyone could walk in the air. Who is Lin Tian? However, The system had already mastered the 6 forms so that Lin Tian had mastered it perfectly. Walking in the sky with moon steps is not a difficult task for a long time. Crow's face was gloomy, and he didn't know what Crow was thinking. Captain Crow, if you have no other moves, I think I won this competition, Lin Tian said with a smile. He had understood Crow's intentions a long time ago. The reason for pretending to be a trick was only to be curious about what he wanted to do. Thinking about it now, it seemed that it was nothing great. Huh. You guy. Try my trick. Fork. Huh. Lin Tian was a little puzzled. Didn't Crow show this trick in this original? But think about it, the original Chloe was hugged by Luffy and blocked his movement. He couldn't use his footwork, and he couldn't use the sharp blade in his hand. He was directly hit by a rubber clock by Luffy. So it should have been too late to use his strongest move. A move with a name like a spoon is normal, right? Suddenly Nuoqigao ran a few tens of meters away in a silent step, and then Qiwuhai rushed towards Lin Tian, the sharp blades in his hands crossed like a big fork. Then disappeared tens of meters away, Wolverine. Lin Tian looked at Qiwuhai and thought of some familiar scenes. Lin Tian pulled out a few inches of cherry blossoms, and began to brew his own big move. Lin Tian's principle is, since others dare to face waves, he should try his best to face waves as well. Ihe Shira cut. This trick is Lin Tian's own original trick. Combining Juhei Zan and Shira Zan, the footwork uses the shave in the 6 styles. First lock the opponent with the breath, and then run towards the opponent at a very high speed. At the most suitable time, pull the knife out of the sheath and make a number of horizontal and vertical splits. After cutting, slowly retract the knife, and finally close the knife. Between the breath of the sheath sound. Even Shira can be cut. This is Juhei Shira slash. At last, the two collided. The claws in Crow's hand had already attacked Lin Tian. And Lin Tian had also completely pulled out Shinbin Ying. Ding. That is the unique collision sound of metal and metal. There was a small storm. Lin Tian had already slowly retracted the knife in an instant, and the blade was drawn into the scabbard, and a cool sound was heard. Clo. It disappointed me so much. Let's go. Lin Tian finally put the knife in the scabbard. At the same time, Crow knelt down, the sharp claws in his fingers had broken to the ground. I didn't lose. Crow still didn't react. I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I haven't lost yet. Crow suddenly went crazy and wanted to stand up. But Crow found that he could no longer control his body. Lin Tian shook his head and said earnestly, "Sorry, Captain Crow, you are dead." Lin Tian's words just fell. Captain Crow's eyes widened in disbelief, because he found that an unspeakable fear had come. My pain disappeared. How could I feel nothing at all? Obviously he was cut by this person. But now he doesn't seem to have anything. But if nothing really happened, why can't I control my body? Captain Crow's consciousness has gradually blurred, and he no longer knows what he is thinking. So his sword skills are so strong? It's almost time for me to die. Am I so slow? When Crow was about to die, he raised the corners of his mouth and showed an unexplained smile, very scared. All this happened in a flash. So far, Black Cat Pirates Captain Chloe vs Lin Tian, lost. Why is Qiwuhai dead still conscious? That's because Lin Tian's slashing speed is extremely fast. He slashed countless slashes at the moment he drew his sword. This is not what an ordinary swordsman can do. Lin Tian's slash has already reached the point that even Clu's brain can't react. Lin Tian used Shira to chop off Chloe's hand muscles, hamstrings, spine and some important organs. So Captain Crow thought he was still alive and could even fight. Little did he know that Lin Tian had cut off his nerves. Although the consciousness stayed for a few seconds, he couldn't control it. That's why Lin Tian said that you are dead. As for the last smile, Lin Tian really didn't know what it meant. Lin Tian beheaded Qiwuhai, but did not receive any prompt about the completion of the mission. Knowing the reason, he rushed to Guina in a flash. Pussy Willow marching. The Cat brothers Sam and Bougie are still using their combined force to attack Guina. But Guina has also figured out the routine of these two. Baishui picked up the sleeve in his hand and said, "Ghost slash." The two of them were at a loss, and the two suddenly split into two sides, one attacking the left and the other attacking the right, making Guina suddenly a little flustered. The cat kills and jumps. Bougie, the fat cat, jumped up and kicked at Guina's body. Cat's claw. Sam, the thin green-haired cat, prepared to attack Guina's bottom plate with a sliding shovel. Guina suddenly didn't know where to hide, so she picked up the sleeve in her hand, Baishui, and turned around. Qiwuhai. Yubai. Guina reacted very quickly. As soon as her voice fell, she liberated her Zanpaka sword at the same time. I saw that she touched the deck beneath her feet with the tip of Shirayuki's knife. A round shrouded the bodies of the two cat brothers. But the scary thing is that the world shrouded in this circle is in the frozen field of Shu Baishui. Wow. It's so cold. Danger. Run. The cat brothers were still attacking Guina, but a feeling of danger has already hit his heart. I saw that the cat brothers were frozen into sculptures before they could escape from the circle in the future. Guina breathed a sigh of relief, and put away her sleeve Shirayuki. At this point, the black cat pirates, the cat brothers, Sam and Bourget, died. Guyana. You have become stronger. Lin Tian also walked over and praised. He still wanted to help Guina, now it seemed completely unnecessary. I just took advantage of this magical Zanpaka knife, I didn't beat them with swordsmanship. Don't worry. This knife is part of your soul, the stronger you are, the stronger the knife will be. Think about it, in the original book, Sauron only used one trick to solve the cat brothers. But Sauron had grown up at that time, and Guina was still a girl. An adult and a young girl, no matter whether it is the use and understanding of swordsmanship, or the speed of power, there is no way to compare each other. Of course, except for Lin Tian, he is no longer in the range of normal people. But when the pirates, Captain Crow and the cat brothers were eliminated, Lin Tian did not receive the prompt of the system to complete the task. Lin Tian thought of someone. The hypnotist praised Gao. The deputy captain of the Black Cat Pirates. Why didn't you see Zhangao? Lin Tian fell into deep thought for a while, and just as Lin Tian was thinking hard, there was another deafening sound of cannonballs around him. Boom. 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 In a flash. Dozens of shells have already attacked Lin Tian and the other two. Lin Tian said directly without hesitation, "Spread it, Senbon Sakura," and directly pulled out Senbon Sakura to complete the initial solution. Senbon Sakura suddenly turned into a small blade like countless cherry blossom petals. I saw Lin Tian manipulating the petals of Chinbon Sakura with one hand, and surrounded them with him and Qiwuhai. Formed a no-injury circle. At this time, Lin Tian and two people, even if they were hit by a cannonball, would be cut into pieces by the petals of these 1,000 cherry blossoms. Lin Tian, do you know what's going on? How could someone attack us suddenly? Guina asked anxiously. I'm not so sure either. Lin Tian felt that although the trip successfully killed Crow and the cat brothers, this time was extremely unsatisfactory compared to the situation of completing the task before. First of all, Lin Tian's ship was ambushed as soon as it reached the range of the Black Cat pirate group plundering the merchant ship. He was attacked by Chloe again on the ship. Lin Tian suddenly understood Kei Luo's unexplained smile before he died. This is a pit. From the very beginning, both of them were deceived. If it weren't for their miscalculation of the strength of Lin Tian and Qiwuhai, it must be the end of a life of 9 deaths. Boom. Suddenly, the mountain shook, and it turned out that the boat under the feet of the two had been hit by a cannonball, making noises. A big hole was punched in the hull, and water has begun to pour in. It is estimated that it will not be long before the ship will be scrapped. Seeing the Black Cat Pirates group and a small sailing boat, it was safe and sound. In a critical situation, Lin Tian abandoned the ship decisively and didn't think so much. Senbon scattered with his left hand. He hugged Guina with his right hand and used the moon step, and immediately appeared on the boat. Lin Tian finally saw that it was a navy warship that attacked them. No wonder the artillery shells are so precise and powerful. But why did the navy attack me? Have you counted us from the beginning? Is it because of Monka? Impossible. Why would Monka be just a recruit sent a warship to attack us? Lin Tian was puzzled. Although I didn't understand it, others stabbed Lin Tian for no reason, and Lin Tian said that it was impossible to reason with them. Because sometimes it makes sense to have a big fist. Lin Tian was already a little angry. Since he passed through, he hasn't taken the initiative to provoke others, and the navy in front of him has taken the initiative to provoke himself. He even sent a warship to sink his own ship by launching artillery shells while he had just finished the battle. It turned out to be a warship. Guina also saw the warship, obviously a little angry. Lin Tian. What should I do now? Guina had no idea for a while. Haha. Dare to fight us, of course we will fight back. Do you still make sense with him? After that, Lin Tian smiled coldly. Cut. Without using any moves, Lin Tian was just a simple slash. Base. The slash instantly piled up nearly 1,000 layers of airwaves, and the radius of nearly 1,000 meters was like a storm. The airwaves are too strong and have already rolled up a lot of sea. The sea on both sides of Lin Tian's slashing trajectory was actually divided into two seas. That amazing sword aura was so sharp that it had already cut the sturdy warship into two halves. Guina was stunned on the spot, watching silently, the scene of the sword dividing the sea in front of him. Guina. Wait a few minutes for me. Lin Tian arranged and teleported to the warship within a month. Guina was left in a daze. On the warships at this time, the navy can be said to be terrible. Help. Quickly jump into the sea, the ship is sinking. Damn it. How could the ship break in half? Before a navy could jump out of the sea, he was crushed to pieces by the dumped object. The other navy had just grabbed the escape boat and was squeezed into the sea by another navy. There are many similar situations. This is simply the scene of the disaster film. Lin Tinlai was not trying to appreciate how these navies survived. Where is your commander this time? Say it. Lin Tian casually caught a hapless navy threateningly. Aw. Let me go. Hero. I'm old. I have. Answer my question. Lin Tian interrupted impatiently. I saw the man finally stretched out his hand and said tremblingly, that is Colonel Mouse, he is there, is our commander. Lin Tian looked in the direction of this person's finger and saw a person who looked exactly like a mouse. The man also kicked the Marines on the escape boat into the sea, and sat on the boat to escape. Colonel Mouse? Haha, thank you. Lin Tian said with a smirk and threw him into the sea without paying attention. Want to run? Land feet. Lin Tian raised a vacuum blade with one kick, and instantly kicked the boat over. Colonel Mouse fell into the water and drank a few sips of water and shouted, Help! I can't swim. Help! Lin Tian pulled him up, but he didn't expect this person to see Lin Tian stunned for a moment, and then said in horror. Master Klo. It's not me, it's going to attack you. Colonel Mouse looked at Lin Tian with a frightened look and didn't want to deceive. Lin Tian didn't know how to see here. This guy was hypnotized. Colonel Mouse was hypnotized, and he considered himself Crow. It turns out that this is the meaning of Crow's last smile. Only one person has the skill of hypnosis, Zoom. After throwing Colonel Mouse onto the boat, he stunned with a hand knife. Lin Tian also saw a navy, boarding the escape boat from a distance and preparing to escape. Take a closer look, isn't it Zhangao or who? Haha. Praise. So you are here. Huh. After Zhangao realized that Lin Tian had discovered himself, he picked up his own hypnotic tool in an attempt to hypnotize Lin Tian, but Lin Tiankai would not give him this opportunity. Raise hand. Pointing the gun, he shot Zhangao, and after she killed Zhangao, the voice of the system came. Congratulations to the host. Complete the side mission. Congratulations to the host. Complete the D-level side task. The task completion is S-level, and a prize draw will be awarded. Finally finished. This side mission, but some tips and setbacks. But after seeing the familiar lottery plate, Lin Tian became excited again. What rewards can I get this time? Are you going to draw? Start the lottery. The hands of the lottery plate began to rotate again, like the hands of a clock. Bless the system. Bless the system. Lin Tian prayed. He hoped that more powerful things could be revealed this time. Finally, the pointer of the system fell on a text. Congratulations to the host. Obtained C-level skills. A top cooking skill card can be given to others. Although Lin Tian was disappointed, if he wanted to complete the task of establishing the pirate group, he needed all kinds of talents to join him. Guyana is considered a swordsman, and Lin Tian himself is the captain. You also need a chef and a ship doctor to be the most basic pirate group. There must be at least one navigator on board to observe the sudden weather at sea. The first half of the Great Channel is the cemetery of the pirates. Too many pirates have lost their lives because of the drastic changes in the environment. There are also too many pirates who have lost their way in the sea without qualified navigators. And even if Lin Tian had the strength, without a qualified navigator to lead him, it could be said that he might not be able to climb the mountain upside down. Others, like the chef doctor, are also necessary talents on the pirate ship. The chef on the pirate ship is naturally to make delicious food for the other members of the ship. But more importantly, it actually plays the role of a nutritionist. If you stay on the boat for a long time without supplementing vitamin C, you will get sepsis. Therefore, the chef must also make a reasonable nutritional mix while making delicious food. The ship doctor has nothing special to explain. People floating in the rivers and lakes, how can they not get a knife? There is no good boat doctor, injured in the sea, and cannot handle it for a while, and it is easy to get infected. As long as the infection has not been treated, the mortality rate will be high. A new side mission detected. Rescue Burmal in Kokoyashi village and defeat Aaron the Murloc. Mission level C, and a prize draw for the mission. Along. Lin Tian looked at Colonel Mouse, who was scared and fainted not far away, thoughtfully. This guy, isn't he the one who deceived Nami 100 million with Aaron? This Colonel Mouse is as treacherous as a mouse. There is absolutely no place where he can take advantage of him. How could he actively attack him? It seems that it is because of Zhang Gao's hypnosis. But this will save trouble. Take the mouse colonel and let him lead him. If he has had initial contact with Aaron like the original, he should know the way to Aaron Paradise. If you don't know, then die. Lin Tian thought of picking up Colonel Mouse and returning to Guina in a month. Let's go. Seeing Lin Tian's safe return, Qiwuhai also let go of her heart. I saw the sea that had just been separated, and the warship that had sunk to the bottom of the sea. Guina also fell silent. She knew how powerful Lin Tian was, but she didn't know how powerful Lin Tian was. With one sword, the sea is divided. This kind of courage and strength. Maybe he will become a great swordsman, right? Guina thought. What do you want? Qiwuhai. Lin Tian followed Qiwuhai's sight again, and he saw the place where he had just cut his sword energy. It doesn't matter, you will be able to surpass me sooner or later, Lin Tian said proudly. Really? Guina was skeptical. Definitely. Come on. The road ahead is still long, and you still have a lot of people to overcome. Don't think about it. Let's go. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he took a small boat to leave the area with Guina. Lin Tian did not let go of the reward from the Black Cat pirates. They soon returned to Shell's town. Since Zhang Gao hypnotized only Colonel Mouse, Lin Tian and the two returned to Shell's town without any trouble. But when Lin Tian brought the corpses of the Black Cat pirate group to receive the reward, the Marines were boiling, and Monka closed his mouth. This is the famous Black Cat pirate group. Was it solved by the boy in front of you? The navies were grateful that they didn't do anything with them. Monka also broke out in a cold sweat, and he could even deal with Crow, let alone himself? Not long after leaving from Shells, Colonel Mouse woke up. Obviously Colonel Mouse is still in a hypnotic state. He thought Lin Tian was Crow. But Lin Tian threatened him viciously and asked him to confess Aaron's position. Sure enough, Colonel Mouse has already had contact with Aaron. Aaron had just returned from the Great Channel and settled in the East China Sea soon. Target. Murloc's Paradise. Looking like this, Burmal is about to die. Lin Tian said anxiously. It seems we need to speed up. Lin Tian slashed out the sword aura, and the sword aura pushed the boat's travel speed forward. I saw a small boat on the sea, hurried to the front. Drive towards Aaron's paradise. Murloc Aaron is the captain of the dragon pirates. Murlocs, in the world of One Piece, where there are more seas and less land, can be said to be extremely advantageous. Murloc's wrist strength is 10 times higher than that of normal humans, and different Murlocs will have different abilities. The East China Sea is also the weakest sea, so Aaron was able to dominate the East China Sea and was the evil side. In the original work, he was defeated by Luffy and his party. Later, Aaron was taken into custody by the Navy. In addition to being the captain of the evil dragon pirate group, Aaron is also a former cadre of the Sun pirate group. Aaron was rescued 11 years ago by his predecessor Qiwuhai Jinping and arrived in the East China Sea from Murloc Island. As the captain after the establishment of the Dragon Pirate Group, he was offered a reward of up to 20 million Baileys by the Navy headquarters. He is the pirate with the highest bounty in the East China Sea. Except for Nami used by Eren in the Dragon Pirate Group, the rest of the cadres and myself are all Murlocs. There are 3 officers in the Dragon Pirate Group. They are Zauba, Kruby and Tweet. Xiaohachi was defeated by Sauron in the original work. He is a funny swordsman with a 6-sword style. He was successfully whitewashed in the later period. Kruby, a cartilaginous fish of Murloc karate, was defeated by Sanji in the original book. Tweet was defeated by Usopp. Chuo is a big-lipped Murloc who likes mouth shots, but the water cannon shot from his mouth can shoot people. Lin Tien and his party are currently on their way to Along Paradise. But in the villages and towns not far from Along Paradise, scenes of human tragedies are happening. From today, you need to use money to buy your own lives, 100,000 Baileys for adults and 50,000 Baileys for children. A Murloc who was nearly 3 meters tall and had a serrated nose showed his sharp teeth, threatening not to say anything. And beside him is his cadre, looking at the frightened townsman. A sense of pride suddenly rises from the heart of the pirate. Introduce. My name is Eren. I want to live in harmony with you, but only if you give a little bit of Bailey. Use Bailey to buy your own life. 100,000 adults, 50,000 children. Along said kindly. However, the villagers looked at the Murloc, who was nearly 3 meters tall, and was too afraid to resist. They had long heard from the surrounding villages that a pirate group of Murlocs had recently come and asked them to go to Gombeli to buy their lives, and those who did not hand over the tribute would be killed. They also heard that the Murloc was nearly 3 meters tall and was extremely powerful. I heard that there was a village who plucked up the courage to unite against Eren, and was killed easily by Eren. Since then, the nearby villages no longer dare to resist Eren, and everyone reluctantly succumbed to Eren's request. After all, it was just surrendering Bailey, and the ants were still alive. As long as they could survive, a little bit of things outside of them would count as nothing. Although this number is unacceptable for them, life is at stake, and everyone has chosen to hand over Pele. Very good. Eren told his little brothers to take a bag, and Xiao Ba was looking through the list of villagers in the village, and he checked his seats one by one. Boss Eren. After a while, the bag bulged. Along laughed happily. However, the villagers did not dare to shed tears, and could only watch their hard-earned money being taken away by the big villain in front of them. Haha. Go get another bag. We go to the next village after we have collected it. Obviously the evil dragon was in a good mood, no one dared to resist, and he did not bother to fight against the lower races in front of him. After a while, Bailey in the whole village has already turned in almost. Suddenly a voice came from somewhere in the village. Looking at the villagers summoned in front of him, Along frowned and asked Zaobadao. Have you finished reading the people on the list? Boss. After reading it, it's all over. Oh. Eren looked at that direction and smiled. It seems that there are real human beings who think they can sneak away under my nose. Ha. The pirates all laughed. Very good. If you dare to hide under my nose, you need to know the consequences of being discovered by me. Eren suddenly sprinted and slammed into the direction of the sound. Eren opened his powerful lower jaw, revealing his sharp teeth, and smashed the load-bearing pillar of the building in one bite. Boom. The building collapsed instantly, and a figure appeared in the dust. You evil fellow. I don't have money for you. Even if I have it, I won't give it to you. Unexpectedly, a villager was found hiding in the building. What? Xiao Ba. Why is he not on the list? A Murloc with big lips asked. This person is a cadre. Tweeted. I don't know, I really didn't see him. It seems to be a dark household, and it is not on the list of the villagers, Kruby said. He is the 3rd cadre in the pirate regiment. It turned out to be a black household. Xiao Ba suddenly understood. Regardless of whether he is a black house or not, he has annoyed Eren, and now I am afraid he will die. Yes. Ha ha ha. The 3 cadres laughed at each other. The villagers were all very frightened. When they saw Eren, they broke the wall pillar in one bite. They were also shocked, and had no idea of struggling. Haha. You are so brave. Eren didn't expect that someone would dare to resist him, and he felt a little funny. Looking at the person in front of me, his feet are already trembling. Along said. Except for the courage. You don't know if your skills are that great too. After that, he suddenly rushed towards the villager and hit the villager's head with a punch. Crack. The skulls of the villagers were directly smashed. Suddenly there was no movement. Hiss. When the villagers saw this Eren, such a terrifying strength had already succumbed to what they dare to say. Seeing how timid the villagers are, Along also sneered in his heart, is this a human? Let's go. It doesn't make sense to stay here. Eren looked at his cadres and said. Xiao Ba. Where is the next destination? Eren asked. It's Koko Yaxi village. Xiao Ba replied, okay. Let's go. After saying this, Eren and the pirates wanted to leave the village in enthusiasm. Remember. Pay tribute on time. You have seen his results. You don't want to be like him, you know how to do it. When Eren left, he did not forget and threatened everyone. At this time, Lin Tian also reached the nearby sea. Are you here? Lin Tian asked unceremoniously. Ma. We'll be here soon. Colonel Mouse replied in fear, for fear that Captain Crow in front of him would kill himself. Dare to lie to me, I will kill you. Lin Tian continued to threaten. And Guina was smiling on the side. Haha, he really deserves to be called Colonel Mouse, but she's really timid as a mouse. Haha. Ideographic period. Question mark 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 question mark
question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question question mark 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 question question mark 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 question mark.
No. I dare not deceive the two. Look. Aaron Paradise is almost here. After speaking, the mouse pointed not far away. Sure enough. Lin Tian saw a piece of land. Forgive you and dare not lie to me. Lin Tian finally arrived at the Murloc's paradise. But when he arrived, he felt something was wrong. He felt that something was coming to their boat in the sea. Could it be that guy? What is that guy? Guina asked. That guy is a kind of manatee. After all, Lin Tian thought of a combatant in the Dragon Pirates Regiment who was responsible for destruction and fighting. That's the manatee moo. The manatee moo is a kind of sea beast from the Great Waterway. It looks like a cow or a cow. It has 4 stomachs and can digest a lot of food, so this guy has an amazing appetite. Are you hungry?